I think it's that time again. Yeah, it is.
Already?
It's that
Already?
time. Yes. Yes.
Another week gone by.
Good evening. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good everything to everyone. Hi. Hello. Welcome to Off Course. Of course, it is a show about nothing and everything at the same time. I, as usual, am Burning Clock Studios. With me, as always, Mr. Blue Kid 04.
Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing? Hope doing well.
Hello, hello, hello. What have you been doing this week? What's up? Anything new?
No, working. Working my behind off.
Working the behind up.
Always.
Always. Electricianing things.
Something like that, yeah.
Doing electric things. Touching light sockets and stuff.
Yeah, with a fork, you know. seeing how high I can get my hair to go, you know, real quick, you know, whatever.
I can't do electrical things. It's like the one thing in house stuff that I won't do.
Why, are you scared of it?
Yeah, I am. I really am. I'm horrified of it. I don't know why.
You know how you fix that, right?
Well,
you
see,
turn the breaker off.
Here's the big deal. I've never learned. I've never taken the time to learn or educate myself on how to do electrical things, like in house. Mm-hmm. See what I mean? So based on my lack of knowledge, that's scary. I've just never taken the time.
Listen, it goes one of two ways. You turn it off. Mm-hmm. You wire it in, and it works. Or you don't do that. You wire it wrong. You turn on the breaker, and it trips the breaker. It's that simple. There's nothing to it.
But at some point, everybody that's an electrician in their life, at some point, I think everyone has gotten zapped.
I've gotten zapped without even doing anything. I've gotten zapped changing a light bulb.
Oh. Because you always hear those. I always hear those stories. Like everyone I know that's been been an electrician or does it. They've all had a story where they got hit. You know what I mean?
Oh, listen, it's the 220 you got to worry about, not the 110.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Like being in an actual box and getting zapped, that's a different story. That's the one that'll actually hold you.
Gotcha.
The one where you get zapped by an outlet or a switch or something like that. That just makes you go numb for a little while.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not that bad. Well, I don't know. I don't want to experience any of it.
It's not fun. I'll tell you right now. It's not fun. It hurts. But you just wear rubber gloves, rubber-soled shoes, and you just make sure it's off. If you're not that comfortable. I mean, I've seen people change outlets and switches with the power on. Be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, no way. I would mess something up. I know I've done dumb stuff. Like I've definitely without shutting breakers off, or like I was like wanting to paint the walls or something like that, right? And I remember taking the a base heater off and like moving it around, and I had to like unconnect it. So I had to get to the screw in the base heater to get it off the wall, and by that screw, it was behind some of the wires. Yep. So I was like,
screwdriver touched it and zapped.
I'll take my screwdriver and I'll just go through everything and start unscrewing it. And I didn't get zapped, but I tapped something, and you see it spark. It instantly leaves a black mark and like melted the bit of my driver.
Yep.
Instantly.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's
horrifying.
It's like an adult. Listen, it's Operation. It's an adult version of Operation. That's all it is. You do Operation. You're like, okay, I'm gonna go get the funny bone, and it's beep. You're like, oh, it's a vibration.
Right.
you touch a wire. Ooh, screwdriver wire. Zap. Well, you'd be numb for about 20 minutes.
Right. So I say, what's up, Enfield? How are you? Driver, what's going on? Hello. Driver said he once had a PSU on a computer spark one time. Was terrified to try it again. Holy shit!
I've heard horror stories about doing PC stuff, like with static electricity and stuff. Like I've seen that where I've heard people getting zapped where they actually bought, like you would know before I was, since you built a lot of PCs, they put a little strap around the wrist, and you plug it into the outlet to ground yourself out. I
don't do any of that stuff. People wear like
I never did either, but
like the demagnetizing bracelets and stuff like that. I never did.
Yeah, I've never done it. I've heard people using them because apparently they've gotten zapped, but I don't understand how.
All I've simply ever done was like I take like my PC and put it on my counter. I have shoes on, and I'll disassemble the entire thing, then reassemble the entire thing with whatever I need, and then I just plug it into a wall, turn it on to make sure it turns on, and turn it off, and bring it down to my downstairs, and I'm good. I'm done.
But can you get zapped with them if they're not like plugged into the wall? Like I don't.
No.
Well, so then what's the point of the bracing? Like, why are you working on your PC still plugged in the wall?
I don't know about that. I know that people wear the bracelets to like decharge like a static or something.
Yeah, like
that.
static electricity discharge or something like that.
Yeah, because you want to be careful. You don't want to touch like chips and stuff with static.
Well, that I understand. That I get, but I mean,
it's a little
I don't
overkill for
know.
me. I never did it.
I don't know. Everyone told me that worked on a PC, like besides like you and like a few other people recently.
Mhm.
They've always had them. Like, oh, make sure you buy it. Make sure you buy it. And I'm like, for what? There's no electricity in it. You unplug it. You put it on a table. There's no electricity around.
Yeah, I don't know. And usually what you do too is like you decharge like the power supply or whatever it's called. I don't know. You like when you turn your computer off, you hit the button on the power supply.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? To like whatever all the stuff out.
Right.
And then unplug it, and it's like there you go. You know what I mean?
You mean degauss it?
I guess I don't know.
Well, that's when you used to sit there. You put it on your monitor, and your monitor goes all like wonky for like 2 seconds until it like settles out.
Yeah, discharge. That might be the word discharge.
I don't know, degauss. I like degauss. I like that idea better. Cause I used to remember doing that in like in monitors, where you go to the option, you click it, it goes right.
Yeah, like
and
if
the monitor
you were,
like, shakes.
Like what I wouldn't do. Here's what I wouldn't do. If it's like the wintertime, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how like in the wintertime you tend to get more like static charged and like you like
right because
you like rub your feet on the ground in the carpet and you touch somebody and zap them really good.
Mm-hmm.
That is what you're trying to avoid. So to avoid that, I just don't. I fix my computer on like a hardwood floor with shoes on, and I don't ever have like the static electricity on me. So I don't. You know what I mean?
I pictured with that is, you remember the commercial, the tube sock commercial, and this tube sock runs across the carpet. And it goes, "Hit me again, tube sock!" It's an old guy, and he zaps him.
No.
Are you serious?
No, I've never seen this.
You need to look it up. You need to look up the tube sock commercial.
Okay.
For the love of God, look it up. I'm sure there's someone here that's seen it, and it's basically a giant tube sock. And basically, what it is, I don't remember what it was for. I don't know if it was like a Starburst or something commercial. And the sock is rubbing against the carpet. It's like, I think it was an old guy.
All right.
And he's just like, "Hit me again, tube sock!" And he like rubs against the floor and just zaps the old guy. I think it was an old guy. I could be wrong, but I remember it.
I have never seen this. What's up, Godcat? How are you?
You need to see it.
All right, hold on a sec. Let me see here. It's only 36 seconds. Hold on.
Hold on. Was it Starburst?
It's getting there. Hold on.
Oh no, I lost it.
Let me restart it. Hold on. I'll get it going. All right, hold on. I'll fix it. There we go. Sorry, I still have to get all this stuff fixed here. Let's take a look.
Here it is. Yeah, here we go.
I feel like you're taking advantage of him.
Whatever. He's working off his rent. Let's go, Tube Sock. Hit me.
What is this doing here?
Some of my new fizzled fruit Skittles instead.
Not now, Carol.
They tingle on your tongue.
It's covered.
Watch.
Hit me again, Tube Sock. Let's go.
Fizz the rainbow.
No.
Taste the rainbow.
I've never seen that. Not now, Carol. That was my favorite part, I think. What's up, Godcat?
I told you it was fantastic.
That is pretty good.
I would not steer you wrong with that.
Not now, Carol.
Hit me again, tube sock.
That's pretty good. I like that one. What do we? What's on the agenda for tonight? Or are we just talking about tube socks and static? What do you think?
I'm fine with tube socks and static, but no, my eyes are watering from that, and I don't know why. I know one of them. We were going to talk about like what you like in your spare time. So like when you're not streaming or like you're just laid back relaxing. What do you like watch, read on the internet? Like what are your like go-tos or like people that you watch?
Okay, all right.
Whatever the case of that. I know we had. I know music was going to be one of them because that one's been pushed off way too many times.
Okay.
And I'm trying to remember what the third one was because I would get completely brain dead.
I don't know.
I forgot. This should be called the geriatric show because we can never remember anything.
We got two. We're good.
I feel like this should be called a geriatric show because we can't sit here and remember anything.
All right. So what is it now? So things that are
right, like
what you do, what you watch, like YouTube and all that kind of crap.
Hold on. I got it. If we had an unlimited amount of money, what would we do with it?
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
what it was. That's what it was.
So what do you do, Mr. Bluekey? What do you do? What do you watch and listen to and do all that stuff?
Listening. So reading wise, it's actually really funny because you know what I'll do is I'll go on my phone and I'll look through like like Google News, Yahoo News, and
Mhm.
find articles, and then I'll find them. Like oh, okay, this is an article, and I'll go on my computer and like read it, or I'll read it on my phone, wherever, depending on the situation at the time.
Right.
Or I'll do like those YouTubers and stuff I've been watching for years. They would do like funny like montages of stuff, or like skits or whatever, like in video games.
Yeah.
Now a lot of them are starting to get into making their own animated cartoons. They got series of that. Some of them have podcasts. Some do live stream stuff like poker or like real life things, but they'll do it for like charities and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
so
awesome.
I'll watch that now. So I'll like watch that. And I'll do music on occasions if I'm doing stuff. So like say I'm cleaning the house. You know what I mean? Throwing, whatever. I'll throw some music on and go nuts with it. But
Gotcha.
I'm really starting to dig what like YouTubers and like I don't know if you noticed this, but like a lot lately, YouTubers, not so much Twitch streamers, but YouTubers a lot have been doing a lot of charity stuff now lately.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've caught on to that or not, or if you noticed it. I don't know if anyone you watch or anything does that a lot.
Sometimes I guess I have seen it quite a bit. Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of like the one YouTuber I watch, I Am Wildcat. He'll do poker nights, and one of them he did recently when he was streaming it. He didn't make it a video, but he was streaming it. What he was doing was everyone could buy in at a certain amount.
Okay.
And they would just, gamble a little, whatever. It was a buy-in. If you ran out of money, you can buy yourself back in, and it's just more money.
Yeah.
And each person had a charity. And they played for so many hours, and at that point in time, there was like no winner. It was just whatever money you got went to a charity. And they had the predetermined charity like links around their names and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just doing charity stuff.
That's awesome.
Right. I'm all game for that kind of stuff.
I wonder if they have to be careful with that, because isn't there like weird stuff with like out of country stuff for charity? So I don't know. There's like weird rules for it. Maybe that's just giveaways or mailing stuff. I'm not sure.
It might be. I know a lot of people are sketchy when it comes to like sketched out to like donate and stuff for charities. I myself, when I wanted to do, I'll ruin it because this is what I wanted to keep this as a surprise, but we'll see what happens. But when I got affiliate, I wanted to do a very long stream, whether it be a 24-hour one or whatever. I wanted to do something for a charity.
Okay.
The problem was, and that's what I know where this is going to run into issues. A lot of people are afraid that streamers, me not being that big, but like even the streamers in general, might pocket the money.
Right.
So I want to actually physically myself to make a point to prove it, just to show people.
Yeah.
You know how they do the counter, how much donations at the top of your screen, like when you're, when people donate it.
Yeah, like what?
Up.
You know what I was wondering, and maybe people do this. Maybe they do this, and I just don't watch enough of it, or remember to look. But do people like make videos after they've done the donation? Like, you know what I mean? Like
I've seen it a few times. I've seen it where
like physically watch someone do the donation.
Yeah,
you know
I've seen people do like a 24-hour live stream. One of the YouTubers I used to watch, he got in a lot of trouble for stuff, legal reasons. Had nothing to do with that. It was a personal legal stuff.
Right.
He would turn around and do live streams for like the kids and like the cancer patients.
Okay.
And his big thing was, for some reason, his channel just became infatuated with giraffes.
Yeah.
So what he did is he did a live stream, donations, and he went out and bought half of the donation price in stuffed giraffes.
Okay.
So he took half the check and half of the check in giraffes for all the stuffed animals for all the kids.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah.
And he did a vlog of it. It was like a Christmas Eve or Christmas, like somewhere around Christmas. He did a vlog of it, of him taking the stuff to and taking the giraffes to the kids' rooms and
right.
Presenting the person that was running that, that charity or that hospital at the time. He's presented the person that runs it with the check.
Yeah.
So I mean, like he showed that he did it, but like I want to be able to do that myself, to where I can turn around and do. I'll just use a random one, SPCA, since a big pet thing is around here. There's a lot of pet lovers. Turn around, do a stream, say get $2,000, just as an example. I'm just making a number, whatever, and physically maybe do a video that I can upload to the Twitch channel.
Yeah.
And show like me going there.
Oh yeah.
Presented it to them, something like that, and make it like so people know that I'm not just sitting there be like, oh, I made $2,000 in my pocket. You know what I mean?
Right.
No, it went to what I said it was going to.
Yeah. I feel like that's like important these days. Is to, at least I think you would have to like prove that you did it. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. I want to prove it, and it's and because it's like I want to do that. Like every so often do a surprise one or whatever the case for different ones. I don't want to just be like that one specific person, like for a charity. Like I want to turn around, maybe like one day do like I said, SPCA, maybe do one for kids hospital, maybe do one for a homeless thing, or like a food bank or something like that. Take donations, get a food bank, and go get all this food. And here's a video of me taking the food to the food bank for everyone. Like, you know what I mean? Something like that. Like just something that.
Yeah, I'm very selective with all that kind of stuff. Like
that's what I'm saying. I understand that because people will get really sketched up. Like, oh, is he really spending the money like for that? And I want to that's why I want to do it in a 2-step. Get it
right
and prove that I'm doing it.
Yeah, I do. I mean, like me personally, I donate every year to like that's of all things of Awesome Games Done Quick. When they do like the summer games done quick, winter games, all that kind of stuff, I donate on all that. And then every year it's cool because they send me a postcard like every year, like, you know, thank you for donating to, you know, or to cause and all that. You know, and it's awesome. Like I like that stuff. But,
I want to do something like that. I would love to do something like that.
I do that, and then like good.
You know what actually be a good one? Since, you know, I myself, you, Dr. Sexy Time, and like a couple other people, just because not like I want to do a charity one for like when they do a charity for a car show. Someone with either passed away for a family or and actually take it to a show, do like a vlog of the show, and then a presentation to the people that are running it for whatever charity. Right. And, or a person or their family that, you know, hard time, whatever, and just be like, hey, I do this on the side as a hobby, but I wanted to raise money. Here you go. Right.
I've always been weird with everything. Like I donate to through the Freemasons. Like I'll donate to like the Shriner hospitals, like children hospitals. You know what I mean? Because I know it's going there. Like there's, you know, so I'll do Shriner Children Hospital, things like that, and it's pretty awesome. I've been noticing what else is cool because it's kind of on this topic is what's pretty interesting is throughout. I'm sure you've heard about, or most people have heard about the whole GameStop situation in the media with with the stock and the short squeeze and all that kind of stuff. What's pretty cool is a bunch of the dudes on like Wall Street Bets and stuff have been going out to their local GameStops that are like still in business, and they've been buying like 10, 15 like Nintendo Switch consoles at a time and a bunch of games, and then they're driving to like hospitals and donating them to kids.
See, I would do something like that. I would like to do something like that.
They're doing that with the money that they're getting from the stock. So it's like, you know what I mean?
That's cool. And I mean, like, I would do something like that.
They're
I would
giving
like
it back.
to.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that for like a children's hospital for like them to have like, a console, or even like to get the plushies. Like even if you got them a bunch of Pokemon plushies.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's something. Like I've seen a guy in Ireland. Speaking of this, he spent a lot of money. He's a bigger YouTuber. What he was doing was getting for a children's hospital out in Ireland. He was getting, I think they were like every $2,000 or $3,000. It's a machine. You know how they have like the carts, like when you go into like hospitals, they have the carts that go in, they check your vitals and stuff like that. They have consoles attached to it with a monitor, and you can take it to the kids' rooms, plug it in, and they can play the consoles from their bedrooms, the ones that can't really move or get around.
That's kind of awesome.
Like stuff like that. Like that's neat.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
That'd be something. You know, it's like stuff like that. Like I think what it is that there's a lot of people out there that they experience stuff, but they take it for granted. And then something happens in their life and it goes downhill or whatever. Or someone they know, whatever the case. And you kind of just want to do it to where you give it back to them so they could be like that, that 10, 15 minutes even. It's just they forget about everything going on. It's just someone actually that we don't know gives a flying crap.
I think a lot of people in general want to do good. You know what I mean? But they can't. I think a lot of people can't justify how they can do good. Like either A, do they believe in the organization? Is the money actually going to get there? Or B, you have a lot of people that want to do good, but are always stuck in, economical reasons why they can't do good because they're afraid. And I don't blame them. You know what I mean?
Oh, right. Of course. I mean,
people in general, like we for the most part get screwed every which way through Sunday. You know what I mean? So it is always, if I couldn't tell you how many people I know that live paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck.
Oh, I've seen
everybody. Like,
And the thing is, we've all done it. At some point, we've done it.
Right.
And I mean, it just some of us get, I don't want to say luckier, but I guess, some get further than others. And I mean, it's like I said, I mean, I know for a fact, and I mean, I'm sure people that fall upon hard times, health issues, that money disappears real quick.
Oh yeah, because especially in America, like your insurance, who cares,
Right.
Insurance? What's that? What does that mean? You know, unless you're already rich, your insurance sucks. Like,
right,
because you can't afford the good insurance. That's all there is to it. You know,
right. And I mean, even like just to see like someone's smile on their face for like that one, you know, that 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just of something small, just to see that like, hey, someone's like looking out for us, even if it's something silly. Like you give someone like a potato plushie that says, you know, something.
I'm a potato.
Right. Someone's gonna get a chuckle out of that for 2 minutes, and it's that one time. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. That's usually your YouTube stuff. Just like a lot. You watch a lot of charity stuff.
I do, because you know what it is, and you know what it is too, and I see it. For well, both of us living close together, you don't see much of it around here, and I kind of want to be like, you know, I mean, you hear about it in like big cities, big areas, big cities. You hear about people donating and da 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 da. Like, I want to be able to actually show that, like, even if you don't live in a big area, like people who live in smaller areas, still looking out for whatever. Yeah. And I'm not saying I'm going out there looking for, you know, billboards and newspapers and everything. I just looking out for the people that don't get looked out for or mentioned or looked at or whatever the case were.
Yeah, I understand that.
Whatever it is, that's the way I look at it. It's kind of like a motivation, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I got it. Yeah, there's a lot of people that, and I think just most people like to do things like on their own. Like they like to physically go do it, and then they know, okay, hey, you know what I mean? Like donating switches to a, you know, whatever, a children's hospital. Right. Like you're physically doing it. You get to see their faces.
Right. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to see, like someone's face light up and be like, holy crap, you're really doing this for us?
Right. Like there's some stuff I won't do though. Like I won't go like donate my time to like you know, like an old person place. I don't know what you know what I mean? Like an old
nursing homes.
Like a nursing home. I don't like old people. I gotta be honest. I'm not it's not that I don't it's not that I don't like
that's awful.
It's not that I don't like them. But they're just not my old people. Like it's not my grandma. Like I don't know. I don't care about these people. Like
I get it.
Kids are different. Like kids that didn't get a shot at life yet, that are younger, you know, something happened. You know, these old people in nursing homes, it's like some of them, not everybody has a family. I get that. Not everyone does.
But they've lived their life. Not trying to be mean to them, but they live their life.
And at that point, I'm just like, well, you know, somebody will just take my spot. It's okay. I don't need to be that guy. I'm not going to hang out at old people's houses, places, whatever.
No, but I mean, like you get kids here that are like 4 or 5 years old. You know, they get cancer. Right. I mean,
yeah,
that's detrimental.
Yeah, no, it's a whole different thing. Yeah.
And that's where I'm at with it.
Not that I hate old people. I don't.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
It's just a whole different ball game. Do you watch? Go ahead.
They've experienced their life. Yeah. That's what it boils down to.
Do you watch like video game related stuff on YouTube for the most part, or no?
I'll watch like funny moments or like montages or something like that, like funny ones. I won't do like, I can't sit there and go like look at a Call of Duty montage and be like, oh, you know, this person doing this, or look what this just come out,
right?
Or what? Like those no. I'll watch like if I hear about a new game coming out, I'll watch a little. I try not to spoil it. I don't know about you, if you like spoiling like new games coming out to determine whether you want to like get it or not.
Not really.
I'll watch like when like IGN puts on like 3-minute demo of whatever game. I'll watch that to determine whether I'm going to get it or not, because at that point you're not spoiling anything. It's like usually like the first 5 minutes of gameplay. What are you ruining?
Right. Yeah, I got you.
I'll do that, but I won't do like full playthroughs of games, because it's just like it ruins it. Like if I know it's a game I want to play, I don't want to watch the playthrough. I'm sorry.
I usually don't watch anything video game related, to be honest, like on YouTube or anything like that. I'm very far away from video games outside of streaming them. You know what I mean? Not like far outside of them. I just am like, there's just so many other things I'm interested in, so I'm like trying to balance everything. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, I get what you mean, because it's like you don't want to, you do video games all the time, and it's like you just want that something different.
Yeah.
I'll watch. Okay. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I didn't want to change the subject on you. Go ahead.
Oh no. I mean, like, I'll watch like what's really fun to watch is like if you're watching like like if you're into worms, like Worms WMD. If you ever seen it.
If you're into worms, I was like the fucking worms in the ground, or like
Yes, those worms, earthworms. You know.
I don't know what else.
No.
You're into worms,
but like the worms games,
got worms. That's what we're gonna call it.
right, we got worms, or like Monopoly or like Uno or something like that. Like when people get raged for no reason, like that's amusing to watch. I don't know if you ever watched anything like that.
No.
Oh, that's fun. Because people get like so mad about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
For no reason.
The only things I really watch, like on YouTube or like things like that, they're usually like in my car when I'm driving, so I'm listening to it a lot of the times.
Okay.
Or like if I'm eating, or I'll have something on. But most of the time I watch like unsolved cases, like
okay,
like weird. I'm not saying paranormal. Well, some stuff is paranormal that I watch, but I watch like a lot of like weird, unsolved cases of there's just no, like, was it a serial killer? Was it this? Like, there's no, whatever. Like, I watch a lot of like stories like that, and there's channels out there that they just keep covering new stuff that you're just like, holy shit, like this is so cool. You know what I mean? But,
well, that's like even watching like or even like listening to, like you're speaking of that, like when people are talking like paranormal stuff, like, oh, this area or this town or this house or whatever is haunted. Yeah. And here's the story behind it.
Yeah, I like stuff like that too.
That's like, interesting.
I like if it's just usually some guy who's like on the show that does the channel, and they're just like reading, and they're not really doing much but reading and telling you the story. I
assume you all have guns and crack.
Oh shit! Hang on one sec here. We got a raid here from Elder Mohawk.
Oh boy!
Hey, thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much for the raid. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Hi.
Hello. Welcome to the craziness that we call a show.
But I watch those things. So I like a good story. Like they'll tell you like a good old, weird urban legend story or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just cool. Like it might not be something I've heard of before, and it's something awesome. How's the discussion? Discussion is good. Right now we're on the topic of what do we like to do? Well, if we're not streaming or doing whatever, what do we watch on YouTube and all that kind of stuff? And but I said I usually watch like weird unsolved disappearance cases, and like that's what I watch YouTube for, like weird stuff like that, not really gaming related anything.
So since we're talking about like the weird oddball, like paranormal, like do you believe some of the stories they have with those?
Like, what kind? Like
paranormal stuff, like
sure.
Some of it. I'm not saying all of it, because I think some of it seems a little far fetched.
Yeah, I definitely do. Like all the Skinwalker Ranch stuff and all that stuff. I mean, that's
that stuff.
There's so much stuff. Like there's so much documentation, and like people, like the scientists living there documenting. Like there's a lot going on. Like much. I get into that stuff. Like I get so involved in it that it's hard for me to like care about doing other things, because I'm just like I need to figure out this mystery. I need to know what the mystery is. You know what I mean? I need to solve this. So
then leads my next question. What have you actually physically gone anywhere yourself like that was haunted or?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I used to do it every weekend.
All right, let's hear it. Name one.
All right. So there's this place down by. Oh God, here we go. There's this place that's about. I don't want to name the names like the towns and stuff like that, but about like 25, 30 minutes south of where I'm at, right?
Okay.
And my buddy, his father owns it, right? It's a machine shop, right?
Okay.
And this machine shop is inside of a school, right? Let me break this down. The school was, originally was from the 1800s.
Okay.
Right? Late 1800s.
Okay.
It was burned down. There was these two mobster dudes, and you could Google it and you could figure all this stuff out, and yada yada. But there were these mobster dudes that lived there, and there was a massacre that happened. There was like a parade going on, and these dudes, for whatever reason, I don't know, this is like the 1930s, shot down a whole bunch of people in a parade, like in the middle of the street in this town, right? Crazy stuff. At the time, they owned the school, right?
Okay.
So they had the school, and then I guess once they went to jail, all this shit happened. It got sold. Somebody else picked up the school, and and it was a functional school. My mother went to school there, in the 60s, or I don't even know. You know what I mean?
I've never heard of this one. That's why I'm like mind blown. What's
the town is called Clares.
Okay.
But it's like by past Hazleton, like down that way.
Okay.
But they so these people who bought this, I guess what happened was they bought it and they built and left the original, they built over top of the original foundation. Let me rephrase this. Before these guys went to jail, right? The mobster dudes, it burned down. The school burned down, right? That's what the school burned down to nothing. They were still in their possession, and so they rebuilt it, right?
Okay.
They rebuilt the
makes
school.
Sense.
And then they went to jail, all this stuff. It went into a new hand, yada yada. Eventually, 25 years ago, my friend's father bought it, and he ran a machine shop out of the second floor of the school, right?
Okay.
So they always said that it was haunted. There was weird stuff that happened there. And then me and my buddy at this time, and our friends, we would all go and, well, why don't we just go drink some beers and screw around? And we would do that. And then eventually we started hearing stuff and seeing stuff, and weird stuff was happening. So we got really into it, and it became a weekend tradition for me. I would go there. Dr. Sexy Time would know about it too. But I would go there once a week, usually a Saturday night, grab a case of beer, and we'd all go down there and we'd do ghost hunting, as they would call it, right? Now, we're not professionals. We don't know anything about this. I had a little recorder, a digital recorder thing, that I could place around and catch, see if I can catch voices or catch whatever. And we would take pictures and do all that stuff. And really, it was more let's rip some beers and then let's see if we have the balls to go sit somewhere by ourselves. You know what I mean? It was a lot of that. You know what I mean?
It was a big dare, essentially.
Yeah, it turned into a big dare because some nights it didn't happen all the time. Nothing happened. It didn't happen every single time. But there were sometimes you would get there and you'd feel weird, and you're something's off tonight. Something's not right. And if I could explain, I wish I could explain this better. But picture, a school. Picture 3 floors, right?
Right.
An older school. You have how they're all long floors.
Right.
The middle floor has all the normal doors that it would, but that's where the machine shops were. It was all the rooms had machine stuff in it, the offices, all that stuff. So that was where we would hang out, in the offices in the middle floor. Now where we would go off, nothing really happened there ever, right? But where we would go is we'd go upstairs, and upstairs was still all classrooms, all the original classrooms forever, right? The whole time.
Okay.
Downstairs was the boiler rooms and all that kind of stuff, right? So there was no classrooms in the basement. It was just all boiler rooms and old whatever storage and junk, right?
Right.
What made all this interesting? There was two doors that were cut out in the bottom, right? 2 little openings that were made, and they if you go inside there, it's called what we refer to as the dirt room, right? And the reason we called it the dirt room. When they bought the building, they had an issue, I guess, in the 80s or the 90s. I'm not sure. Right, it was right around the time when he got it. They had a water leak. There was something going on, and they didn't know what was happening. Right. So when they pull the blueprints to try to figure out where it is, they basically, when these mobster people rebuilt this school, they left the original foundation in one area, and then built this whole school over the original foundation of one area. So why would anyone do that? First off, that's insane. That's not normal. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then they didn't include it in the blueprints either. So they had to find out that, holy shit, there's walls behind this area. And they knocked down sections of the wall to get back there to fix the water issue, which led to the dirt room, which is a room that's just all the original foundation, right?
Okay.
So they were thinking, I think, maybe opening that up caused something. I have no idea.
Maybe.
But we would go, and again, I have EVP stuff, as they call it, the voice phenomenon shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
I have stuff, a lot of weird stuff. And what was cool about it was when we would go, again, it was usually 5-6 of us at a time, including the guy, whose father owned it. So we were serious. We knew nobody was screwing with us. You know what I mean? It was he owned the school. We were locked in the school. We all came in. He locks the doors. It's just us. You know what I mean? But there's so many things, so many things you could hear, see. My buddy has one on video, a shadow thing, which is kind of creepy. I've never seen anything with my own eyes. I have a picture of what looked to be like a girl or a girl like in like a dress inside that dirt room. I have to find it. I'll show you it. But I have a picture, and it's actually pretty good. Like it legit looks like a girl in a dress. Like it's really weird. But I have that, and then I have a lot of like the EVPs, a lot of stuff that I would leave the recorder in like a classroom or downstairs, and we'd walk away.
Hear stuff.
Yep, and we'd just go back to that middle area and just start drinking some beers and doing whatever,
And then come back for it.
and come back for it. Yeah, and pick it up, and then I would just listen to it over the course of whenever, you know. And I would pick up stuff. Like I pick up conversations. Like I can't. It was hard to like make out like what these people were saying, but it wasn't us because you could hear us. Like if you listen to it, like you know, our voices traveled from the main room.
Well, right, because there's nothing in them. Right.
So you could technically when you listen to the EVP stuff, you could hear us conversating and drinking beer far in the background. But then you would hear these conversations that were very close to it of people like talking.
And
it wasn't us. Like it's like really weird. Yeah. Or like we would have like there would be it was just a bunch of us, like all guys there, no girl, and then I'd have girls talking on the thing. Like weird stuff. You know what I mean?
But if they were like high school chicks or something like that, just talking.
Yep. And the only
That's
thing
weird.
I ever had, like the weirdest thing that ever happened to me there, besides just being scared and not feeling good, you used to be able to do these things where I could tell two stories in one. Imagine a school, right? Take the long hallway, right? No twists, no turns, just long, it's just horizontal, long hallway. At the end of each hallway was a door you'd go into, like left side, right side, and that was the staircase that went upside and downstairs.
Right.
And they had two staircases, one on each end, up, down, right? So if you would go up, you go up the staircase, you go to the top of the staircase, go into the hallway, you could look all the way down the hall, and at the end of the hall is just the next staircase on, you know,
For
on
the next floor.
So the first thing is you'd always play games, like you would stand at one side of the staircase, like the staircase, and look down the hallway upstairs, like with the classrooms, and you could make noise, like you can call for stuff and say like, hey, who's down there? Or, you know, something like that. You could be like, what are you doing? What are you doing down there? Come back down here. Like you could say stuff like that. And you'd hear like, doof, you'd hear a door just boom, hit. And you'd hear footsteps. And then it would like, you'd be like, holy shit. You know what I mean? And you'd say something again and you could hear a couple more footsteps. And at that point I was just sitting, I'm like, oh, I'm scared. And I would run. Like I would just run. Like I was like, you know, it's funny to talk about now, but like when you're really there, like, it's fucking scary, dude. Like I don't go, it's fucking scary.
Right.
But that was like, that would always creep me out. And we would try to get that to happen all the time because it was like, that worked a lot, you know? The weirdest one I had that ever happened to me that absolutely scared me to no end. We were talking to Kelly. Kelly will tell you about it because she was there too. We were there with a few of us, and the guy, you know, the kid whose dad owns it, his name is Doug. His girlfriend at the time, she was there when we were doing whatever. She was like, this is so stupid. She was like, do you want to have a seance? Right? And I'm like, no. Like, I don't believe in this. Like, I don't. Like, I'm just like, I don't really believe in this stuff. Like, this is not like, you know, I don't, I think it's stupid. And she's like, well, let's just see if we can do it. We'll try to do whatever. And I remember her down there in the middle floor, and she's on the internet Googling how to have a seance. And I'm sitting there drinking a beer like, so you really think you're Googling how to have a seance and we're going to have a seance. Okay. All right. Thank you, Google. You know, great. You got this. You know, like,
great
you know
idea.
I mean?
Great idea on a Saturday night.
Right. And I was just like, yeah, Google's the answer. Here we go. We're going to talk to the dead because of Google. Like, I was like, this is so stupid. But anyway, they decided to do it. So they all as a team went upstairs, and we're going to do it. You know, once we got once we got to the flight of stairs and we were at like that top level, you walk straight and you go into the hallway, right? And that's where you're doing it, right there. So if you're standing right there, you could look all the way down the hallway, right?
Right.
Or you could look to the side of you and you can see that's where the stairwell is, right?
Okay.
So that's where they were doing it. So they were all like, yeah, we got to sit down in a circle, and we're going to sit in a circle, and we're going to do, and that's how they were supposed to do it. Everybody has to stay in a circle and don't break the circle, just stay into, and I was like, I'm not doing any of this. So of course I wasn't in the circle. And I think there was like 6 of us maybe. They were all sitting in a circle doing normal. She's talking about doing the stuff. I'm standing there outside of it, standing by everybody, but not sitting down next to them in a circle, sitting behind them or whatever. And I'm just, you know, have my beer. I'm doing whatever. And she's trying to do all this stuff. I'm standing there because I don't want to be downstairs by myself. Of course, I'm not going to do that. That's the only reason I'm there.
No. Screw that. Know that.
As she's talking about it, right? And I kid you not, this is the scariest thing that ever happened to me. Ever happened to me there. Ever happened to me anywhere I've ever went. I'm standing there. I can't explain it. You could hear, almost as if like when you hear something, you don't see it, but the way you hear it is you almost see it, but you don't. It's so vivid that you know exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like it's kind of like one of those, like someone like
you're in a quiet space and you hear a noise, and the way it worked was it was so vivid that it happened. I don't know. I couldn't understand. I couldn't see anything, but this is what happened. I heard something standing there by this case, like the staircase, right?
Mm-hmm.
I heard something go about Mach 10 from the bottom up each flight of stairs, which there would be
it was like a full sprint, like you're saying Bolt sprinting up the stairs.
Something full sprinted from the bottom up each flight up to mine, ran, stopped directly in front of me, and I jumped. I landed on everyone. I landed on Kelly. I almost broke her foot. I landed on top of everybody and like literally fell on everybody. I wouldn't say I was pushed. Because I didn't feel like I got pushed.
You just jumped out of pure scared.
The horror. Like, seriously, like, I can't explain it. Like, 1 minute everything's fine and everything's normal, and then the next second, that happened.
Something's like staring at you in the eyes and you're
right, out of nowhere. Like, it was instantaneous. Like, I can't explain it. Like, you could, like I said, you can't see in it. I couldn't see anything, but how quiet it was and the sound it made, I understood the speed at which it came up those stairs and how it literally stopped right there. It happened in an instant. It was so fast, and I flew, landed on everybody. They all heard it too. That's what was crazy. It wasn't just me that heard it.
But you got to experience it.
I got to. That was the worst that ever happened to me. That was absolutely horrifying.
That makes you wonder if you were in that circle, if that whatever that was would have been hovering over all of you, like just standing behind you and just like staring at you.
Yeah, see, I don't know. Like, that's like,
maybe you startled it. Maybe it could be the point that you startled it because it was not expecting someone to be staring that direction.
Right, and like I don't believe that it had anything to do with like them trying to have a seance or anything like that.
It's just something,
or me standing outside of it, like I broke some sort of like rule. Now it's gonna come charge me. Like I don't believe it was that. You know what I mean?
It's just something was out of the ordinary.
Something was out of the ordinary. They were messing around, saying something, sitting in a circle, just being weird, and like it just.
And happened. It's something different that no one's ever done there. So it was like, oh, what's this? Let's go figure it out.
And I've gone back. I must have gone back 30 times since then, and nothing like that ever happened to me again, ever. Thank God.
It was a seance. I'm telling you.
No, they didn't get very far. You know what I mean? They didn't do very much.
I'd be gone. I'd be out of there. God.
But it was.
That's weird.
It was scary. Like I have a bunch of people that have gone in because we wouldn't go with like 20 people every time or anything like that. But like every week, like I would always go maybe like 2 people would be different. They didn't go the following week, but 2 more different people came. You know what I mean? Right. So there was a lot of people that got to experience stuff and do stuff. But it was that was my story with
creepy.
that. But yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now,
it was wild.
Mine's nowhere near as creepy. I've heard of a couple around here. There's a graveyard somewhere near me. I never witnessed it. I know people that have done this.
Mm-hmm.
You know one of them because she's into this kind of weird stuff.
Okay.
It's a graveyard. It's a Russian graveyard. It's an old Russian graveyard, and you go on there's this one part in the graveyard.
Okay.
Always windy. In that one spot. If you move out of the spot, it is not windy anymore.
Huh, okay.
You will get scratches.
Really?
Yep. And I know someone who actually did it and can prove it.
Is this by us? Like, can I go there?
I'd say it's about like 10 minutes from me.
Okay, so it's close. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if it's like a certain time of night or whatever. I'll tell you after the stream who it is that knows about it because she's done it.
Okay.
But there's that one. One that 2 I've experienced, but they're not anywhere near in depth as yours. By my house, down like there's a cul-de-sac area. I don't want to say cul-de-sac, like it's just like a side off the main road. It's a bunch of houses and stuff. And there's this one giant path, and it's just marked off by chain. Okay. And it's just like a wooded path. Like if you just went through it, like you could go through it, like it's wide as can be with a car and stuff. You just walk it, and it's just woods, trees. There's a random house back there.
Okay.
One random house.
Where the murderer lives. Oh, boy.
Hold on. So anyway, I remember looking into it, but I don't remember the story. I'd have to re-look into it.
Okay.
But I went there with a few friends, and it was like evening time. It wasn't like dark, but it wasn't like bright out. It was like evening, like in the summertime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just this old house. Like, yeah, okay, here, whatever. And turned into so we go in, look around, nothing new. You know, it's all ratty looking stuff around. All the furniture and everything's still there.
Right.
So I remember.
So this is an old house that like no one's living in this.
Oh yeah, no. It's
how did you get in? Do you have to break in?
No, it was all open. It was all open.
Oh, okay.
There's no door on it. There's no door. There's no front door and no back door. It's just a straight through door. It's just a ripped off.
Gotcha.
And we went in, and it's 2 floors. So like when you walked in the door, it was like a dining room. It was a small home, so it was like a dining room, and the kitchen was out more. And then like as soon as you walked in the front door, the steps were right there to go upstairs. So there was like 5 of us. 2 people went upstairs. The rest of us were downstairs. And I remember there was sheet music on the piano.
Okay.
The sheet music was new.
Okay. So somebody was bringing sheet music in.
New-ish.
Right.
Right. And here's the oddball thing. I think people were there before us, not like that day, but like before us, like trying to figure stuff out.
Right.
The cover for the keys were down, and it was locked. Because we were going to play with it. What the hell? It's a scary piano. What the hell? Play with it.
Yeah, sure.
But you couldn't lift it up. It was locked.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So someone's upstairs. 2 people are upstairs. They come down because they couldn't find anything. All of a sudden, you hear doof, doof, doof upstairs. No one's upstairs. All 5 of us are downstairs.
Right, right.
Okay. Whatever. An animal.
Did you go upstairs and look?
Oh, I didn't bother. But we figured it was an animal or something. Because it was only like for like those 3 or 4 hits, and that was the end of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So whatever. So we're like, okay, well, let's just animal. Let's walk through to the back and check the kitchen out. So we go to the kitchen, looking around the pantry, like, oh, you know what I mean? Whatever. All of a sudden, all you hear is ding, 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 and it's not a bell; it's the piano key.
Oh.
And
but
we're
it was
like,
locked.
But it was the highest pitch key, so it sounds like a bell.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're like, what the crap? So we turn around, maybe we missed a bell, the wind's blowing, whatever. No, so we're like, okay, so we turn around, go looking, and then the keys start going randomly.
You saw it?
You couldn't see them. The keys were covered.
Oh. But the piano started playing?
They were still playing.
Oh.
It started, like, it wasn't like a song or anything. It was just random keys being hit.
Keys, okay.
And it wasn't like quick. It wasn't like ding, 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 ding. It was like ding.
Is this still there?
Ding, ding. I don't know. I haven't gone in years upon years.
Mm-hmm.
That was the end of that one. We did it one time, and that was the end of it. Yeah, we were like in 7th grade, like 7th, 8th grade.
Of course, is going to this house live.
Okay,
with live video camera. I'm in.
The next one is creepy, as creepy as can be.
I'm super in. If we ever want to, I don't know how to make it stream it.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'll ask you if you know the name of this place. Dark Region Road.
No.
Okay. In Ransom as well, you know, as creepy as can be the way it is. If you're ever up there, I don't know if you're ever up in Ransom.
Mm-mm.
Okay, anyway, so I'll explain it. There's this road called Dark Region Road. And what it does is it attaches like to, it's a long road, like, and I mean miles long.
Okay.
And it attaches like 2 towns, Ransom and something else. It's just like a cut through road, whatever. Well, years upon years ago, it was a town on this road. Like I guess we'll call it a village, but it's a town.
Okay.
And you go down this long road, there's still poles, the whole 9 yards, and you can see it burned down years ago. Like the whole house, the whole village just went gone. Mm-hmm. And you can still see like the cinder block structures and stuff down the side. And like, okay, this is like just creepy. Okay, so whatever. Yeah. We did this before we went to a haunted house up that way.
Mm-hmm.
And so, all right. And the stuff's like right there on the road. Like the road's wide enough. And you can see the stuff. It's like right there at the edge of the road.
Right.
Like it's right there. Like there's like it's the road, a sidewalk, and the buildings. Okay. And you could see them. They go down forever. Right. We haven't gone all the way down because it's like a 7-mile road, I think it is, or a 5-mile road. It's long.
Okay.
So we said, screw it. Okay, well, we'll go back. So we go back, go to the thing. We're like, let's go in the middle of the night and see what happens. Because apparently there's a rumor for this house. Everything disappears.
What? Wait, what?
You cannot see it from the road.
But it's there though? It is there though, right?
Is it there? Because during the day it's there. At night it is not.
What
And this
hold on. No, back this up. Hold on. Wait,
no,
what?
I'm serious. Dead serious. I will have to we'll have to go or I will have to show you after this. I'll send you the pictures and stuff. I don't have pictures of it.
This is by us? Like, I can go here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So if you go here in the day,
you will see the old buildings.
if you go there at night,
you will not see them. They're gone.
if you could, all right, so hold on. Wait a second.
All right. So here, let's use this.
Let's say we want, so wait, what if you go in the day and take a flag or something? I don't know. Let's take a flag, right?
Okay.
And walk up and we see this building over here on our right. And I just
Put it
go,
down. You might see the flag, but the buildings disappear.
and then come back at night and I go to that flag. You mean to tell me that building that I put in front of is not going to be there?
So let me continue on. During the day, you have cell service and everything.
Okay.
At night, you lose cell service. Your car will shut down.
What?
Because we got stranded on this road. This is where it's going. So we went back down at night. We took flashlights, like big, like bright flashlights. Look out the window in the car. You can't see anything. During the day, they're right there. Like you could, like it's like walking down a street that has sidewalks and houses. It's like that kind of close. Can't see them. Okay.
Really? This has to be something that people do. Like people, there has to be a lot of people that do.
Oh, there has to be. And I mean, I have multiple. There was like 5 of us in this car. Now, my buddy was driving. It was a '98 CRV and a stick. And I remember this too. This always I remember. We went down and we started going, and I thought he was fucking with us, like because he was like good at like. And all of a sudden, the car starts bucking, like it's gonna stall, and it stalls. We're like, the guy's name was Shane. We're like, Shane, stop! All right, stop joking, right? And his sister's freaking out, and she's like crying and stuff. And he's like, dude, I did not do this. He's like, I did not do this. And he's sitting there like, foot on the clutch. And he's like, one of our buddies was like, hold on, let me try. So they switched like the Chinese fire drill inside the car.
Yeah.
And he tries it. It will not start. We tried jumping it like with the clutch, like popping the clutch to get it to start.
Yeah,
nothing. For about 5-6 minutes straight. Everyone has flashlights looking out the windows because it's just pitch black. There's nothing there. In front of us, there was a lady in a dress. That same lady
You saw the lady.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay.
She went from the front. Everyone freaked out, looked forward. She was there and gone. Then she was to one of the sides. I don't remember which side, but closer.
What?
Yeah. Then she turned around. We caught her again because we're freaking out at this point.
I would be horrified. Are you serious?
There's no cell service or nothing. No lights on nothing. There's flashlights. That's all we had. She runs away. He looks in the rearview mirror and she's chest high in the rearview of the car, behind the car. So she's against the hatch at this point, this close.
What?
Handprints on the hatch, below the glass. So like if you like plaster yourself on a hatch,
yeah.
The handprints there. After that happened, car started and we got the fuck out of there.
Get out of here. So you've only done this one time before?
Scared shitless. I will never do it again.
So you did this one time. How far away is this?
I'll look at it right now. I've got the spell.
Because now I'm gonna do what this whole conversation started with is I'm gonna start researching it at my free time because I'm interested to see like what people have stories that they put online or any of that kind of stuff. Oh man, that's horrifying. I don't even know I don't know. That would be horrible. But like I want to do it. I want to go, but I'm like already horrified.
Now I'm not saying that there's stuff. It is.
Yeah, I gotta find.
I'm not saying if. I gotta find it here. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Right now. It's just, I don't know if they're trying to build on it or fix it. I haven't been there in years. This is back maybe like 10, 12 years ago.
Okay. So it might not be the same as it was when you went?
Right. You'd have to look. I'm trying to find a picture of like if you search it up, like the road.
Yeah. Wait, I'll just let me make it a little note. I'll look for it later. What's the name of the road?
Dark Region Road in Ransom Township.
Ransom. Dark Region Road. I see it. Ransom Township.
Mm-hmm.
I see it's on Realtor.com.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things there that they might be refixing it. I don't really know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll look into this a little bit here.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to know about this now. This sounds awesome. 17-year-old.
That's what it was. That's what it was. 'Cause I cannot make this up. In '96, Ghost Bride appearing in your back seat on Dark Region Road in Ransom Township. That was the lady.
Really?
That I was just telling you about. Yes.
Oh my God. Not to sound really depressing or crazy, but in 2011, there was a 17-year-old who crashed his car into a Jeep, causing an explosion that burned an infant to death on that road. Oh my God.
Apparently, this person has stated that she was in the back seat of their car.
Mm-hmm.
And she asked where her husband was.
Really?
And she disappears. Let's see here.
I want to know why the buildings disappear, like you were saying.
I don't know. This one, and this is why I'm going to say this is what I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
This person said that if you're driving, your car will stall. You see a girl in a bloody wedding dress. Not to look in your rearview mirror after you pass her. And if you do, she's in your back seat asking where your husband is, which is what explains what happened was what I explained to you. She was behind the car.
I don't like anything about that, but I want to go. Now I want to go because that sounds like I need to go do that. I have to go do that.
I'm trying to find the actual
I don't know why I like these things so much. I like being like horrified.
I'm trying to find.
There was like that kind of stuff is cool. Like I wouldn't mind doing that kind of stuff. Other stuff is like weird, like the house you were saying that you were in, and then you like heard stuff. That kind of stuff I'm weird with because I remember back when I was a kid, not a kid, but like I mean I was early 20s, like late teens. There was an insane asylum in the area that burned down. You can't go there anymore. But that was like the big thing that we used to do. Like you used to go to like the insane asylum, and you can go there, and like I've been there a few times, and you were able to go there and you could scrounge through, and there was like obviously all like patient files and like all that stuff was all over the place. But the building was in shitty shape, so you had to be really careful kind of where you were walking, and you had to make sure the cops didn't see you or any state didn't see you, like when you parked your car, because you had to park your car and you had to walk a path to get back to it. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't drive there. You literally had to walk there. You know what I mean? But I remember like when I was younger, whether it be like 18 years old, I don't know. But I remember the few times I'd go, it dawned on me then even that if we started hearing stuff, it was a very known thing, in that area at the time, in our area at the time. So the chances of somebody else already being there or possibly playing pranks on people, you know what I mean? Like that became a thing. Like if I heard something, I started thinking about like, what if people we don't know are here, like, and they're ready to like just be jerks, or I have no idea. Like that's what I started thinking. Not that I ever ran into anybody there, but you know what I mean. Could have been a thing. Ryu said he heard the same exact legend before, except the place was somewhere near him. Bride in the backseat stuff. Out in California.
There's one in Chicago. There's one in Chicago too.
Yeah.
See, I wish I could find an actual picture of this thing like at night because it's just weird.
Yeah, I'd love to go check that out. That sounds awesome.
It's cool. Like you gotta like during the day, it's interesting. It's like during the day, it's like, whoa, this is pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean,
like I said, I don't know if it's been over the years like cleaned out, fixed up. I don't know.
Right. See, with me, like it was always, I've been to like the insane asylum. I've been to graveyards and I've been to all that kind of stuff. But none of that stuff really like it was always somebody else could have been there. You know what I mean? Like if I would have heard something, I didn't have control over the thing. I don't know. Like somebody else could have been there. But like I said, my buddy's machine shop, like that old school, that we know it was just us. Like that's why we went there all the time, because we knew that there was no other factors. You know what I mean? It was always just us. Like there was nobody else there. That was always
see. Cool. It looks like they kind of cleared it. I mean, we'd have to take a ride, but it looks like a lot of people are starting to live there. There's a lot of houses on like newer homes now.
Yeah, yeah.
But the funny part is, all of them for sale. A lot of them are for sale. So I wonder.
I'm gonna have to investigate. I'm gonna have to investigate.
Yeah, there's a lot. The only one I don't believe is the Suskin one, the Suskin Screamer one.
I don't know what that is.
Apparently, if you go down this hill in Suskin, you scream and you hear this girl screaming.
You scream?
You don't like scream you don't like scream, but like you go down this hill.
Oh, okay, got it.
You go down this hill, and apparently there's supposed to be this girl that's in the middle of the road, and you just like, I don't want to say run her over, but basically you run her over, and she screams as you're going. I've tried it. I've tried this numerous times. It doesn't work.
Gotcha. Okay.
That one I don't believe.
But I do love stuff like that. Like I love
that one.
Love it.
The Dark Region Road one, I will tell you right now, is creepy. Yeah. If they haven't ripped it all down. Yeah,
I'm very curious. I'd have to see that. You know what else is fun too? It's not scary. It's not scary at all, but it's cool to see. Which I don't know if you can see it anymore now. They might have put a stop to you being able to go there. But we used to go to what's it called a lot? I can't think. Oh, why can't I think of the name of it? Oh God, the town that Silent Hill the movie was based off of, or the video game was based off of. God, we used to go there all the time. Because it's like, it's not by me as in like, it's not 5 minutes away. It's a solid half-hour drive. But to me, that's my distance to work. So half hour is not far. You know what I mean?
Oh no, they're still there.
What?
The trying to find it. Street View. Come on, Street View.
Are you still looking at this road here?
I want to. Yeah.
Looking on the road. Okay, got it. But yeah, that town. It'll come to mind. But that's close enough. That we used to go there and check it out, and that was just it was a kind of a weird town because the town was there's a fire burning underneath it and it never went out, and it's still going. So like everybody that lived there, I think some people like somewhat on the outskirt of it like refused to move and still live there, but everybody else just deserted the town because the fire underneath the town, underground for so many years, so they just left.
So,
but if you go there, we used to go there all the time. You could walk around. You could go kind of walk
the
through
abandoned highway.
You see smoke coming out of the ground like all the time.
Abandoned highway.
Huh?
Is that you talking about the abandoned highway?
No, I'm talking about the town about a half hour south of here, about where I'm at. That's where Silent Hill. They got the idea of.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's near it's near that abandoned highway though, isn't it?
I don't know.
Well, either way, you cannot go down that road.
In between, but I can't think of.
Google Maps will not allow you to go down that road.
Wait, what? Which road?
That Dark Region Road. You can't go down it on Google Maps.
Why?
It will not let you.
What is with this road? We need to drive. I need to drive there.
I'm telling you. Yeah, you cannot do it.
Centralia. There it is.
Yeah. Okay. Centralia. Okay.
Yeah. So if anybody was ever curious, that's what it was.
Okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay.
Here, I can show. It's not like here. I'll switch over here really quick, but it's not too much. But like you can see in like these pictures, just Googling it. This is the town. So you can. That's like any of us. You could walk and you can see the smoke coming out of the ground, as you're there, and it's pretty interesting. Here you go. And the whole time you're there, you'll see the smoke coming out because it's still on fire today. They can't put it out. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, Centralia. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the abandoned highway and stuff.
But yeah, that's one of those places. It's not scary, but it's that's
cool. Neat. That's neat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Google Maps will not allow you to go down Google Maps to see it. Believe it or not.
That's so weird. I don't know why.
I'm telling you, dude, it's creepy. It really is. Like when you look at Google Maps, you can see the road, you can find it, but you'll see where most.
There's no satellite view of it. Like you can't.
You just can't. You see all you see is road and trees.
Mm-hmm.
Because it won't allow you to zoom into the street level to do it.
Random Rob, yeah, it's a big coal. I think it's the coal seam that's in because that's a coal region. Like everybody in that area, their jobs or their grandparents' jobs, they're all coal miners. It's a highly coal whatever. There's breakers everywhere still, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think there's coal underground that caught on fire 40, 50 years ago, and they just still on fire.
It's been a lot longer than that, hasn't it? Hasn't it been like almost 100?
It's been a long time. I know that. But it's
because there's signs there. I don't know have you ever been there?
Mm-hmm. I've been there like 10 times.
Yeah, there's signs all over the place saying don't stay around, don't go to the town.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of weird, but it's not like there's no like ghost or anything. I mean, maybe there is, but I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. I think some actually people still live there physically, I think.
Yeah, that's what I said. On the edge of town, there's people that decided to never leave. You know what I mean? And they
Yeah,
still,
I'm pretty sure there's still people living there and they won't move.
Right. Big Ben says, good to see you guys. What's on the agenda? Tonight we've been working on YouTube and like videos that we watch or podcasts or things that we listen to that, you know, outside of playing games or doing whatever, like things that interest us, many of our hobbies and things like that, yada yada. You guys are coming. You're coming in late now. Doctor's here. He just said the 3 families left there. Doctor, you missed. I was just telling that we were talking about ghost stuff, and I was telling the story about the Doug's school. I was telling stories about that. I don't know if you were ever there, but I know you know that I used to go there.
You know, do you ever know anyone that lived in a funeral home?
No.
I really wonder. Like, I wonder if that's actually creepy. Like everyone, like if it would actually just be creepy to live in one, or not. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Did you hear that story for the 1000th time? Well, Lenny asked. We had to, you know.
I didn't hear it, so guess what?
Yeah,
1001.
we heard it.
Deal with it. Want to tell it again, just in case you didn't hear it?
But yeah, like I have to retrace back because we just run on like a big thing there. But yeah, like a lot of the videos and stuff like I watch are like that kind of stuff. They're either half of them are gonna be like weird folklore-y, ghost legendy stuff. Like I like to watch stuff like that and hear stories about that kind of stuff. That's like usually what I watch on YouTube. That and like a lot of stuff that's like factual stuff that again is just they've never found the answer to. You know what I mean? And I like to I like to just take it all in and then try to take my own take on it and then just deep dive even more and figure out like you know what it like the most. It's still to this day like probably like the most the thing that bothers me the most that I can't, and I just want to know the answer of, like I'm sure millions of people do too, but like the Dyatlov Pass, like that kind of stuff, like that I want to know. Like I want to know, and it's still not figured out, and I want to know why, and I just want to know, and I can't like.
Why don't you figure it out?
Because I can't. I mean, I'm not gonna fly to Siberia, and even if I did fly to Siberia, I'm not gonna get the answer. You know what I mean?
Why not?
I don't know. But it's all that kind of stuff. Like I get so involved in those things and just trying to figure out like what could it be, who's right, whose idea is right. You know what I mean? I go down those paths, and that's pretty much what I do on YouTube, and that's really all I watch. I really don't watch any kind of gaming related things or anything like that. I'm into stuff instead.
It's more interesting. There's more interesting stuff out there.
Random Rob likes true disaster stuff like tsunamis, tornadoes, stuff like that. Gardening videos, yeah.
Gardening videos. There you go.
And Big Ben watches bushcraft stuff and disc golf before bed. Fair enough, dude. I watch, like I said, I watch all these weird unsolved stories. I watch that a lot, and I watch, well, I mean, like stock markets. I watch a lot of stock stuff, and I you know, all that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, you have to. Well, I mean, that's your thing.
Yeah. And now with everything that's going on with that stuff, it's cool to see like everyone's digging in and analyzing everybody and analyzing this, and they're like, I'm cracking the case. I'm figuring out why this is happening. This is, if you look at this, and like I'm just, I don't know, I get really into that stuff.
How many people do you think sit there and have a board up with all the information and using the pins and yarn and have it like all over their walls like every day and spend their entire day every day for stuff hasn't been figured out for years?
I don't know, but I love it though. I would because I could be that person. Like I could be that person.
I swear, if I ever came over your house and I saw a giant room with a bunch of yarn and everything else, I swear, I'm just gonna turn around and be like,
yeah.
Adios.
I get so involved, man. There's so many.
It's interesting. I will give you that, and it's really interesting
and
too.
There's so many, and there's so many videos out there now. Like, well, there's so many stories, and they're covered on YouTube. Again, the people that cover them on YouTube are they're just telling the story. Like they're not, you know, and that's what I like. Like they're not really telling me to sub to them. They're not telling me to do anything.
Right, they're just talking about it,
and I just want to listen. That's it, you know. And
they're just talking about it, and that's the end of it.
Like there's so many disappearances, like weird stories that are like documented, and there's proof here and there's proof there, and all of these things, and then like somebody
just
for
doesn't line up.
No reason whatsoever, like who's like 11 or 12 or 30, it doesn't matter the age, just instantly like gone. They're gone, and like they've never been heard from again in broad daylight. It's like, what? Like I need to know why. Like why? I don't know. That kind of stuff drives me insane.
There's stuff like that around here still going on to this day.
What? Like
people disappearing like that out of the blue.
Oh, it's constant. Yeah. That's why I watch all these videos, because there's like all new stories that are popping up. Like it's
a
so
never-ending
crazy.
thing, and they're all different. Because there's never a correlation between like one or the other. Like they're all just
Some of the stuff just has so much evidence though, and it like gets to the point where like you'll get to the end and you're like, outside of finding this disappeared, like whether you find their body or they just come back, like you can't answer it. Like it's just completely
it's just
unsolved.
Like,
yeah. I just get so into these videos. Like I get so into this stuff.
How could you not though at that point? Like it's just so like I said, some of it's just so interesting. You don't even know what like to expect. Like there was I remember seeing one a while ago about a guy. I don't remember how long ago it was, and I'm gonna butcher this because it's been so long. He kept getting charged with murders for people disappearing because for some reason they kept ending up in his junkyard.
Huh. Really?
And they couldn't. It was always proven that like there was always evidence laid in his house. There was always evidence laid outside the house. There was always evidence that pointed to this guy, even if he wasn't there.
Right.
It was still planted so precise that he would be in trouble every single time.
Wow. Very cool. Yeah. Figure out what it is. I'll look at it. That's awesome.
I got to figure it out. I know it was on Netflix, and I just can't remember the name of it. I'll have to remember it, but it was interesting. So it was like this guy could be like in prison, or he could be out of state, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, you're a murderer again after he just got home.
Right. I love it. Yeah, making a murder.
It's like that's what it is.
That's his name, Brandon Dassey, Making a Murder?
Yeah.
I've only ever seen... Wait, I never watched that show, though, on Netflix, Making a Murder or whatever. There's only one season, right? Is that all it was? Was the one story?
I think so. Or it might have been two, maybe.
I never watched that before. I probably should.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's what it was. He was like just randomly always getting in trouble. Like he was always getting arrested. I think he was arrested like 4 times for murders. And it's like none of them were even him.
Was it ever like, is that solved? Is that one figured out?
I don't think so. I think it's still open.
Really? Huh.
I don't remember. It's been so long, but
I don't know. I like see, like I was always into, and I'm still into like like if you ever get time, man, like whether you do it on a really good YouTube video or you like go through the notes yourself and like just read the stuff, I'd suggest just a really good YouTube video that's smart, that has like a very good compilation of everything. Is just look into like that Dyatlov Pass stuff. Like
I'll have to.
That keeps me up at nights to this day, still thinking about it. Like I just don't get it. You ever saw any of that stuff?
No.
I don't want. Like I won't tell the whole story. Like I can't tell you the whole story because it's a long story with a lot of evidence, and there's a lot of stuff that like you need to watch a video or you need to have someone like on script that's doing it to inform you. So I'm just doing a very short, just so you have an idea of it. But it was in in Russia, like in Siberia. That's where it is at Dyatlov Pass, and I think this was in the 60s, I believe. There was a team of people. I think there was 7 of them. I want to say, or 9. No, 9. Maybe it was 9. I think, but they were all young, like college-ish, starting there.
Right.
They had a big, they were all going to get their last license thing, I guess it was for their not camping, but like hiking or whatever. You know what I mean? They're all experienced hiking, but there was a final thing that they had to do to get this high achieved yada yada yada, whatever it was. You know what I mean? And so they set out to go hike this pass, right? And it's just the name of what it's called. It's in Siberia, and there's basically they all go there together. They have photos. When you look at the story, you can see all the photos of everything, pictures of every one of them, but that they had the camera with them. They're taking photos, all that stuff. You knew where they stayed the night before of the final night. They stayed at this like lodge kind of thing and all this stuff. They went out there, this and that, set up their tent, did all that kind of stuff, right? And then no one heard from them, basically, right?
Okay.
And again, the experienced people, all this, yada yada. No one heard from them, no idea. And then eventually, people get sent out there to find them, and they weren't all found. Only a couple of them were. Basically, something happened, and something happened in the Siberia. Imagine it's probably like negative like 50 degrees.
Here, I'll look right now. What's
what do you think the temperature is in Siberia in the middle of the night? What would you think?
Oh, probably negative 40.
Negative 40. Who even knows? But something happened. Negative 100.
It's actually pretty warm in Siberia.
Was it?
It gets actually pretty warm in Siberia.
Well, I don't know what time of the year it was. All I know is the time of the years, it was like super cold. Like it was negative something. Nasty. Yeah. But anyway, something happened in the middle of that night that caused the entire crew of people, right, to not unzip their tent, but to cut it open from the inside. Like using a knife. And they didn't like let themselves out of it. They literally cut it open from the inside out. And they all ran out of the tent. Half of them naked, like, or 2 of them naked, no shoes on, things like that. Literally run down, quarter of the mile roughly, and bodies were found. Like 3 bodies were found here, 4 were found over here. Eyes and tongue missing in 2 of the people.
Oh,
like
that's
just like a lot of stuff. Like there's like a lot going on with it.
Oddball stuff,
and
right?
The whole thing comes up to, like, if you see the way they explain it and they go, it's like, what could possibly? And now people have gone out there and tested conditions, done all these things. There's the crime evidence, like you can look at too. They have a picture of the bodies. They have a picture of the tent the day it was found, all that kind of stuff. And it's like, it's not an avalanche because the tent they were in isn't buried in snow. It was found like 10 days later, and it was still not buried in snow. Like there was nothing like that. It wasn't an avalanche. It comes down to like they may have seen some sort of Russian. There may have been weapons testing. People think like because there was
they stumbled upon it.
They had 3 of them had radiation, like small traces of radiation on like their clothes that were still on.
Okay, so that makes sense.
2 of them had burn marks on them, right? And not just that, some of the people, like when they had like the autopsies done, they took impacts that don't make sense, like as if they got into a fight or something, like their brain, like their skull crushed or shattered ribs, like weird things on certain people. Burn
so they
marks.
Probably got. I guarantee you that at that point they stumbled across something.
That's what people. That's half the speculation is. Did they see some sort of Russian testing back in that era of KGB, things like that? Like, did they see something they shouldn't have?
That sounds like something they would do to them people.
Right. Like, did they see something they shouldn't have? Was it this? Was it that? Like, no one knows. It's completely unsolved. You can't. Yeah. No one knows, like, at all. And it's super interesting to look at the pictures and really like watch a video or like learn something about like all the information that's out there.
So you ready for this one?
You heard that one? Most instant freezing weather. They build in the wilderness. Have to get aliens.
So I was looking while you were talking about that about Siberia. There's a place. It's considered the coldest place on Earth. It can go down to about negative 96 degrees Fahrenheit.
Really?
Okay.
Holy shit.
It has a population of 210,000.
210,000 people live
It's
there?
in a permanent state of permafrost, and
Huh. Why would you want to live there, though? Like, I think I'd pass. I think I'd have to hard pass that. That's cold. I mean, maybe you don't have a choice, but...
There was just a heat wave in July.
Oh, what was the heat wave like?
Hold on.
Why do people live in Alaska? It's true. Alaska's scary. Like I would like to go visit. I've never actually been to Alaska, but I would like to go like on a cruise through Alaska or something like that. But isn't there like, I remember a lot of stories about people that live in Alaska, and not like the cities, not like Anchorage or something like that, but people that live out more secluded. Doesn't it have like one of the highest suicide rates and missing people rates in like it's huge, like one of like the hugest rates per capita, I guess.
Let's see what heat wave, but like I can't find the exact temperature for the heat wave.
A lot of weird alien stories in Alaska. A lot of weird alien stuff, and I believe it. But I guess that people, I think people like blame it on the cold, the seclusion, but a lot of suicide, I don't.
That makes sense. It broke the record of 38 degrees Celsius.
Broke the record. No,
Well,
yeah, I want nothing to do with that. Ugh.
Let's see what that actually boils down. I don't remember. 100 degrees.
100 degrees. Oh, okay, got it. Okay.
When you're always stuck in nothing over 50 degrees.
Yeah, I guess then it would. Yeah. Yeah. Then yeah, it would be quite a shock, I suppose.
Global warming.
Big Ben says aliens are here for real.
They've been here.
Yeah, I agree. I'm one of those people. I've watched X-Files and stuff my whole life. At this point, I'm just like, no, I'm serious. I'm like, at this point,
they've been here though. There's no way around it. They've been here. They're not going anywhere.
I completely believe in aliens. Like, no way around it. I don't care what anyone says. I definitely believe in them. I think it's perfect. Yeah, we've known. Everybody knows. Government knows. I thought this year, or I thought it was going to be the year, or like last year was when we got like that confirmed.
Area 51 raid.
Yeah. No, not that, but I thought this was going to be like the time when we finally got the official announcement of like, all right, guys, like, you did COVID, you did all this stuff. Here's the last bombshell. Like, I thought we were going to get it,
Right.
But nah, apparently we still don't have it. Of course it's real. Definitely real. Grew up in England, never saw anything below 0. Oh, God, moved upstate New York and experienced -30 for the first time. The hell of a shock. Oh yeah, I bet. Oh yeah, it could really. Yeah, the rapid experience, the temperature changes. Yeah. But I've always been a very big believer of like the what's it called, reverse engineering. And I always thought, like, as crazy as it sounds, like, I truly believe that there was like that big technology influx from, honestly, from the 90s to now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's incredible. Right. It's incredible.
Oh, I know.
Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, if you think about like the 1920s, up to the 60s, right? And then go from the 60s to the 80s and go from the 80s to the 90s. How much really changed technology-wise? You know what I mean? Like, how much really changed? You went from a black and white TV to a color TV in the 60s. And then eventually in the 80s, you started figuring out how, like, to get a cell phone to work. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that was it. Like, a big-ass cell phone that was only used by, official people until the 90s when you were, Zach from Saved by the Bell and you were able to get that big-ass cell phone, But then you think about that. Like, think about the 90s and then go from the 90s and go from people that had, crappy cell phone and like a little pager to present. Literally having an iPhone or whatever in your pocket that was stronger than like it's too much. It's like it was too much too fast when you had so many years where nothing really changed that much.
Well, that's
where did it come from? Like,
did you happen to notice
what
now
I mean?
too? Like, even noticing now, like, stuff is like coming back. Like, remember the Razor phones, the flip phones?
Yeah,
they're back.
Okay, why? What's the point, though? Like, but why wouldn't you?
Why are they? But like, why are they? What finds it odd to me? Like, I understand there's some retro stuff they want to do. I guess we'll call it retro. You know what I mean? For the sake of whatever. But why, for people that are like growing up or like getting that first cell phone or whatever, or teenagers getting cell phones, like, they're not, I mean, like, they were all in the 2000s and like present. Why all of a sudden are you bringing stuff out that was right there at the 2000 line? Like, why are you going backwards?
I had a Sidekick. I loved my Sidekick.
But like, I just don't understand why you're going backwards. Like, why are we going forward and all of a sudden going backwards?
It's not gonna. It won't pop off because people have your Droid or your iPhone, and literally people don't even have computers in their houses because they have their phone. You know what I mean?
Well, right.
You don't need to do anything. Like, it's already here. Like, you can't go back from that. That's too. You know what I mean? Oh, I gotta read this one really quick here. Exponential improvements. Retro games. Runner-up said. There's a theory by an Intel exec that the power of computers doubles every year exponentially, and that's why it accelerates so quickly and will continue to accelerate. I agree, but I still don't understand. Like, if you think about the advancements of, like, it's even like like I said, the 20s to the 60s, the 60s to the 80s, 80s to the 90s, it wasn't that big. Like, there wasn't that much.
Right.
The only thing I could think of that was really that big was like a phone going from like a rotor. Like a rotor phone, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the rotary phones.
From a rotary phone to a numerical touch phone to a cell phone, or a cordless phone, like a cordless home phone. Like, that was 80 years just to do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you had like cars went from being like carbureted to fuel injected in like the late 80s. Do you know what I mean? There just wasn't that much of a tech jump,
Right.
And then all of a sudden, it was like, boom, you have a fucking supercomputer in your hand. Okay, thanks. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't...
it makes no sense. And it's like even the same thing like with clothing. I mean, I understand it's fashion.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, the high-rise jeans are coming back again on females.
Right. Well, that's fine. Like, the styles can come back from then.
Yeah, but why didn't they do that? But, like, here's the thing. Why never they did that through other decades? All of a sudden, now they're going to come back?
Because everybody loves the 80s. Because the 80s was awesome. Everybody just wants to live in the 80s still. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, most everyone in their 80s is all in their 30s. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But my whole
like
point, though, was the
40s.
tech stuff, though. Like, I think that tech, I swear to God, I don't care how crazy I sound. I swear to God, I really do believe in the Area 51, and I really do believe that spaceship crashed, and I believe that we reverse engineered that thing, and it just took that much time to just keep eventually getting stuff going. You know what I mean? Because now it's at that point where it's like, I'm not even. Someone could be like, "Oh yeah, there's a flying car tomorrow." Oh, okay, cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just.
Well, you know what it is. I feel like going on with that. I feel like if you turned around, like, say the tech was that far advanced by like 60 years. Okay, say we'll just use a 60-year advancement. Use 1960 to 2020. Well, 2020, I guess we'll call it.
Mm-hmm.
60 years. Or 80 years, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at, imagine people in the 60s or whatever seeing our technology today,
Mm-hmm.
and like that.
Yeah, that would be.
Mind blowing to them. But no one would know how to manage it. Now, you kind of have to, again, back to reverse engineer, dumb it down, and slowly work your way in.
Right.
Now, here's what's funny. Look at Japan. Look how far advanced they are compared to everyone else. Why?
On what front? Like building technology? Like that kind of stuff?
Technology, building, whatever. Why are they so far ahead of us?
I don't know.
Right. But how do they already have all this technology if it technically hasn't been out?
I don't know. Well, the technology's there, just not for consumer use, I would think. You know what I mean?
But why is it a lot for consumer use there, though?
I don't know. I'm not good at these things. I'm not sure.
Like, they got vending machines for everything. Why can't we have that?
Well, having a vending machine for women's underwear is not really technologically advanced. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying underwear. I'm talking about like full meals.
Well, that's what they have there. That's what they have in there.
I mean, you never know when you're gonna need a pair of undies. Okay, it just happens.
They have used women underwear in vending machines there.
What's any different than when you sit there and go on OnlyFans right now and you try to get their underwear? What's the difference?
None of this has anything to do with aliens. The driver was saying he's been to Roswell to the UFO museum and it was sad. I wouldn't even go if I was in Roswell, New Mexico. I wouldn't go to a UFO museum. That's not. No. Of course, it's not going to be real. It's going to be fake. They're never going to tell you it's real. Like, you're not going to know.
Right.
You know who you trust. Here's who you trust anymore.
Oh God, here we go.
You don't trust anything in the media. Period.
Oh
None.
no,
none. I mean, dude,
never.
Could you even believe? Like, for me personally, like, the besides politics, besides any of that kind of stuff, even like with the stock market stuff. Like, even watching everything going on with like AMC and GameStop and all that kind of stuff, dude. All these fucking places are all bought out. See, like, it's so bad. Like what they actually say on the media versus what is actually happening with something, it's incredible. I wouldn't believe any of those things. I believe people that like on their cell phones that are out there filming things, going, holy shit! Like, do you see this? Like, this is happening right now. You know, on my phone, right. I'm filming it because they don't have an agenda for the most part. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's what I believe. That stuff. It's not. It's genuine. It's basically where you're going with it. It's not just made up or staged. It's genuine. Like, holy shit, this happened. The town is clinging to the idea of the crash happening. I definitely think you think it's a dying town with the gimmick? Well, I think it's a town the town was never anything anyway. I mean, the only way they have any money would be to have people coming and visiting for sure. But I still think it happened regardless, though. Like, I definitely think it happened. Right. I'm not saying it didn't happen. But... Yeah, seeing is believing. I always stuck to that. Same with me. Like, I watch like what is it, CNBC or whatever, like that stuff. And it's just like every day I'm watching like stocks and I'm listening to watch CNBC really quick. Come on, and it'll say like, because they're completely bought off at the moment with a lot of these like hedge fund companies and all that kind of stuff. And I'll see how they report it, and I'm like, Well, here's the reality that's happening right now as I'm watching it live. Look at that happen. Holy shit, we just went up 52% today. Why aren't they reporting on that? Oh, wait, an hour later, the stock fell 2% in the after hours. Here, CNBC news article. Could you believe the stock fell 2% today in the after hours? Oh, you forgot to report about the 50% it fucking rose, though, all day, didn't you? Forgot about that.
That's right, they control what you want to see.
It's complete, I don't believe any of it. It's garbage. It's complete garbage. It's all garbage.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't
100%.
believe none of it. And that was even this isn't a political thing either. This is just the truth of the world we're in today. Like just me and you able to talk on the computer and and have people talk to us and all of these things. We are in like the information, like, dude, no, the world's changing. Like the world is changing.
Right.
The government and or Wall Street or whatever are having a lot harder of a time controlling us, the dumb money or the retail or the stupid, peasants of the world. We're all instantly informed with anybody over, the communication of the internet, right? But you can even take no politics, but you can even take like the breach of the Capitol. You know what I mean?
Oh, you could twist that 16 ways.
It was sideways. Twisted 85,000 ways, and there's no.
It already has been.
Right, and there's no politics involved. There's good, there's bad, there's everything. We get it. But what I can tell you was true about it is the second it was happening, and the moment it was happening, there was people with cell phone footage reporting on making a YouTube video like, dude, I'm here live. Watch what's happening. And they're filming it, and you're literally watching police officers moving barricades and going, come on, and letting people go. And
you want to hear about that, though?
What's that? Oh,
you want to hear that, though?
The news ain't going to report on it, but the guy with the cell phone is. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you find the news. That's the real shit. Like, so I follow that stuff anymore. That's like even I'll bring up real quick since most of us are car people here. The EPA thing that they're trying to do. I'm not sure if you heard about that lately. They're trying to ban all aftermarket mods. Mm-hmm.
It's the same concept. They've been trying to do it for years.
Mm-hmm.
What makes it any different? And then the thing of it is, then you read like certain articles are like, oh, well, we're only trying to ban the illegal ones that affect emissions.
Right.
Well, that's why right now you can buy both.
Right.
But it's like the same concept. You try to ban all that, then what do you got?
Right.
You got no motorsports at all.
Right. I would watch that one. I don't think anything's gonna really come out of that. I think it's
that I don't. There's a lot that they're going off. I think it's just all right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying. I think when they bring this stuff out, EPA stuff, other random stuff, I don't want to say because I don't want to get us in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But they're doing it to take your mind off of what's really going down and distract people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Everything is that way. And I could get into more with weird stuff like that. Well, not weird, but stuff that happens recently. Big Ben says he's seen a UFO. He was on shrooms, but it definitely happened.
Yeah, he saw something.
I've seen not like a UFO, but I've seen lights in the daytime that I shouldn't have had. I shouldn't have seen.
Shouldn't have had seen? Not
that I should not have had seen them, but I've seen lights do weird things in the middle of the daytime that I thought was kind of crazy.
I give you $2 for renting that quickly and not messing that up.
Check this. Please, I mean no offense by this at all. However, I found U.S. news outlets are more like entertainment.
Oh,
absolutely, yeah. The only
that's
people.
Why
Go ahead.
Well, no, then I'll go with this because I have friends that are in the UK, and they'll tell you, U.S. politics to anyone that's not U.S., they find it like it's a joke, like it's a comedy show. It's like a sitcom. Yeah. It's a sitcom to them. They will sit there and laugh, make fun of us. Like, it's bad of how pathetic our stuff is for the news.
And nothing is ever done to like help anybody. Like in the slightest.
Oh.
Sometimes my mom will call me or something. She'll be like, "Did you see this on the news?" And I'm like, "No, Mom. Stop. Will you stop being this person? Like, stop. I thought you were smarter than this, Mom. Stop it."
Speaking of the guy that yells about the roundabouts, they create tornadoes.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what, and you know what you're going to see? You're not going to see it on TV either, but you're going to see, of course, the news. No, when the news does cover it, because they just started, there's an article that came out this weekend. The news is going to cover it this week, but watch. And if I'm wrong, I mean, it's not really a right or wrong kind of thing. But watch what happens this week and next week. Watch with the stock markets. Watch your 401k this week and next week, because a lot of stuff just happened with a bunch of margin calling happening, and billions and billions of dollars of margin calling hedge funds just happened, where you're liquidating assets from wherever they can get them, and a lot of that is coming into a lot of big stuff. You're going to see a pretty big stock plummet in the next week or two, I would assume, and your 401ks are probably going to get affected, all that stuff. But right now, the story is going to get the way the story is going to get spun. It's going to get turned into the $1,400 stimulus check, and they're just like everything else. They're going to blame it on us. They blame it on retail for the mistakes of hedge funds. Like,
have you? Speaking of like retail and stuff, have you seen the shortage of crap going on or stuff going up lately?
What do you mean? Like,
so here, just put in perspective. Being in my line of work.
Oh, like wood, like that kind of like do you mean like
that wood? So wood's going up anywhere between $1.50 to $2.50 a week right now. Okay, April 1st. Ish, beginning of April. I don't want to say April 1st, but beginning of April, siding, roofing, like shingles and stuff, is all going up 30%. Sheetrock that you pay $9 a sheet for is now going up to.
Not to interrupt. Yeah, the Suez Canal blockage that's inflating.
Oh, that's right, but sheetrock's going up to almost $30 a sheet when it's $9 a sheet now. Okay, you got spackle. Joint compound. Can't find it for squat right now. For whatever reason, it's just, hey, we decided to be short on this. Apparently, there's a plastic shortage.
Right.
Where in the United States you are short of plastic is mind-blowing. Let's just start there. Then you turn around, and they're saying next month is going to be a coffee shortage.
Oh, I can't
How
wait.
do you know this already? How do you know there's going to be a shortage? You just gave it away that you're controlling what is shorted.
Well, yeah, I don't know too much. I mean, I know like that canal blockage is different because that is like that's stopping. You know what I mean?
Oh, I understand. That's I'm not saying that's not. I know that's messed up a lot of things. I'm not going to sit there and say that, but how did you know like next month coffee is going to be shorted? How do you know?
I don't know.
That's my point.
It's a lot of stuff. I mean, I only know stuff as far like I don't know as far as like the physical item of things. I only know stuff if it's based off of like Wall Street stuff. That's you know what I mean. Now, like the DTCC.
But you know what's going to happen?
Like, stuff like that happening.
This is my opinion. I'll call it now. I really don't care. Stuff's going to get so expensive that no one could afford it. Okay.
You think?
It's going to get to that point to where you got to make this amount of money to do this now. And what's going to happen is there's going to get to that point where no one's going to be able to afford all this crap, and the stuff's going to have to come down again.
Yeah, well, that's what they have been saying. Inflation. It's inflation right now. Absolutely.
Right, but it's going to drop because it's like it's going to take someone like something that someone would do around their house and say cost them $800 to remodel a room or whatever the case. Now it's going to cost him like $3,000.
Right. Yeah.
Well, you see my point.
It's all going to get blamed on us. That's all I know.
Oh yeah. Well, they blamed it on the stimulus money.
That's how everything works. It was like when we had when they had the mortgage, the mortgage crisis of 2008. You know what I mean? And it was it was immediately. Of course, they all got bailouts, and they got it's about to happen again. Like not in mortgage, but it's all going to happen again very soon. Like
in something.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's going to go back to normal.
We are going to get blamed. We're going to get blamed.
Yep, and then it'll go back to normal.
Yeah, it's a disaster. But let me see. They're out in Arizona, in the middle of nowhere. You just drive right in and walk amongst them. Oh wait, driver's talking about that. Did you ever see the movie Contact? I saw it.
No.
God, 15 years ago. It's been a while. He said he was at that satellite telescope array. That sounds awesome. That would be really cool. I would love to go to do that.
RJ, hey, over here.
But yeah, that's like the whole thing. Like, it's like I follow like a lot of these things and just try to stay up to date with like a lot of financial things, and you can just literally see like what's happening, and you can watch them start to build the story from the start, and you know what they're doing that's bad, but you watch them build it, and then you see it hit the media in a certain way, and it's like, oh, that's how you're covering what you're doing. Oh, okay, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it just it's bad. Like it sucks. But I mean, as long as people realize that they're just fed bullshit every day of their life, then then you get by. Okay,
it's amazing. It's amazing. That's all it is.
Man, how the hell did we get to this topic? I have no idea how we got here.
Well, that's the point of being off course.
That's yeah. I guess you're right.
Right.
graphics cards. Wasn't there a shortage of like the
They still are.
processors, like the chips or whatever?
Yeah. So
There's a chip
it's funny you
shortage.
said that because Ford, Chevy, and GMC have plants that are shut down because they can't get the chips for their computers right now.
Really?
Yeah, so they're not producing certain trucks and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I read that out. That's why, like, when you hear about these when you see these dealers that don't have like trucks or certain vehicles,
Mhm.
because the chips that they use are shortage.
I got a question. Big Ben says
Yeah.
he gets his news from off course, of course. Hot news,
Bad idea.
Flash.
Bad idea.
What's your take on what's it called? Sasquatch.
It's funny you said that because I was going to say the Yeti when you're talking about the stuff in Siberia. I was going to say it was the Yeti's fault.
You know, I want to believe in the Sasquatch. Do you? Do you believe in Sasquatch? Like I want to.
I want to say yes or no. I partly want to say Sasquatch is just a giant bear.
I don't know because I think people would know by now. Like if people that claim they saw it, they would know if it's a bear. Because bears don't walk around, bipedal. You know what I mean?
No, but they do get on their hands and feet, or like their feet. I guess we'll call it their feet.
Yeah, but
their back
Sasquatch
paws.
is a walking dude. Like, hey,
How do we know that though?
because that's what everybody that claims to have seen him says. He's a bipedal, big dude. Or
Okay,
whatever.
let's also ask where Sasquatch been seen.
Everywhere.
Like, I don't know his
Everywhere. Pennsylvania, all over Pennsylvania.
So it's not like, is it a family
the
of them?
Northwest, Canada, all over Canada.
If
Everywhere.
Sasquatch is real, how could he be all over the place all the time?
We don't know if there's just one. I mean, there could be families of. We don't know. The only thing that bothers
Craig
me.
is walking to the woods today, getting his beard.
No, the only thing that bothers me about Sasquatch, or the idea of the Sasquatch family or species.
Mhm.
So on one hand, you have, obviously we know that, like, so at the bottom of the ocean, if you were to just go in a boat, and if you were able to get into something that could submerge down to the deepest depths of the ocean, there's millions of species, I'm sure, of,
Oh
fish
yeah,
and
stuff we don't know.
we have no idea. Like, just
Right.
so many things we've never seen or classified. That's different.
Right.
That's the bottom of the
Okay.
ocean.
Right,
We are in the woods here, at least in our area.
right.
So the only thing that bothers me a little bit with it is, like, in the Pacific Northwest, for example. I mean, people are everywhere. Like, people see things. There's cameras. There's satellite cameras. There's so many things. And it's hard. I don't know how at this point we just haven't had, like, definitive proof yet. You know what I mean? It's the definitive proof thing that bothers me. You know what I mean?
I really wonder if I wonder if Sasquatch is like, since he's like kind of like, I guess we'll call him human-esque because he walks on two legs and stuff. I wonder if he's like part like a primate that's just evolved to adapt to like, yeah. But I'm saying like a monkey or like a
Right.
like, and he just kind of evolved into like an adaptive, like depending on his scenario where he lives, like, you know what I mean, like his environment.
Alpha, thank you very much for the resub, dude. I appreciate it. That is 9 months. Thank you. Yeah, it definitely. I don't know. A lot of people say aliens though too. A lot of people say that they appear and disappear.
It's possible.
I think you've just answered your own question. We would have had some kind of definitive proof right now, but I mean, we kind of do though. I mean, there's enough. All right, so there is videos out there, that are pretty. What's the word? That are, aside from YouTube videos. Well, I mean, like the good ones that have millions and millions of hits that make it on like TV shows, like those kind of good ones. They're pretty good. You know what I mean? Convincing,
Not
yeah,
wrong.
convincing would be the word. Like a lot of stuff that people have seen and analyzed and said, like, if it's fake, I don't know how they did it, or you know what I mean. But I think there should be some stuff out there. Like, there's some stuff like I've seen that like really, I saw it was like, whoa, like really. I don't know if I could find it, but I'm actually gonna look really quick. Sasquatch video. I'm probably not gonna be able to find it. I'm probably gonna waste 1 minute trying to talk about it.
That's right.
But there's a lot of stuff out there that I've seen that I've been like creeped out by. Like wait, really? You know what I mean?
They have DNA of Bigfoot, but how do they know it's Bigfoot's DNA? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, how do you know it's Bigfoot? Just because it's someone's DNA, you don't have a clue who it is. We're just going to say, it's Bigfoot.
That's a good question. Yeah, how would you know it's a DNA, or how do you know if it's a Bigfoot DNA if we don't know?
Right. That's what I'm saying. So how do you know it's really Bigfoot when it was just a random person, species? For all you know, it could have been an ancestral being, for all you know. And that's why the DNA is different.
I'm going to have to try there's this one video on YouTube that I saw because it was on, like, you know, a TV show, or it was on a video of people, you know, like whatever, that do these kind of things. And this guy had a camera, and he was, you know, he's in the woods, he was doing whatever, and he stopped because he thought he saw something, and he like puts the camera out, and it's almost as if like there's something there, but it completely stops and doesn't. It's as if it like ceased to breathe.
So it was like a deer in headlights type look.
Didn't even flinch. It was next to like a tree, and it like blended in like you wouldn't even believe. Like, it just, if you didn't know what we were looking at, no, dude, it definitely wasn't a bear. I have to find this video, and it like blended in, and it was the idea of, as soon as the camera goes to it, you saw it move a little bit, and then instantly like it knew it got seen and just stopped, and like the camera stayed on it for like 45 seconds, and it just didn't move at all. And then I think he went to walk away and like leave, and this camera stopped on another one, and it was like the same thing. It was insane. Like, it was, I gotta find the video, but it was like that was, to me, was like the most convincing one that I saw. I thought it was pretty cool.
Shapeshifters.
It might be. I don't know. Maybe. It's like crop circles. No kind of evidence that may exist. However, no actual evidence that it does.
I'm not gonna lie. If I was a farmer with crops, with like wheat or corn, I would make crop circles randomly just for the hell of it.
Yeah, that or SCP.
I'm not gonna
SCPs
lie.
actually
I would.
exist. Well, people do that though. That's what bothers me about craft circles, because like the ones I want to believe, like from years and years and years ago, like X-Files 90s stuff. Yeah. I want to believe that, but at the same time, there's people that have come out and said like they do it for fun. You know what I mean?
I do it for fun. Hell yeah, I would.
But now this is all over the world though, and like I don't know. It's more or less the ones that I guess people that would have happened, that like radiation was found or something like that, and like 10 years later it's still radiated. There's like nothing can grow. Like, that's the kind of stuff that's cool. You know what I mean?
Wasn't there things about Easter Island was like rumored to be like an alien like spaceship at one point or something like that, or teleporter or something like that?
I think it was something really, something kind of weird. I don't know much about that one, but
I just remember hearing about it and reading it, but I don't remember. It has been so long, but I remember Easter Island being like a beacon or something like that for aliens or something like that, or some weird, goofy stuff like that. I don't know.
I love stuff like that, dude. Don't mind me. I'm still looking here. Bigfoot.
Oh, that's fine. I'm actually kind of curious to see it. To be honest with you, that's like the Loch Ness monster, even same terms.
See, I believe that stuff though. Like, I would believe that. I mean, because you don't know. Because if it's an unseen, or it's an undocumented species, right? Right. And it's like a big, lizard snake dude. And
I believe that it's like the family of like the dinosaur that was like in the water like that. So,
and how do you know how long that this thing could stay underwater for? This thing could stay underwater for months at a time. We don't know. You know what I mean?
Well, even where it's been spotted, who's to say there's not like an underwater tunnel that goes to like a deep part of the ocean?
Exactly. Yeah. Because no one's going through Loch Ness. I mean, are they? Do people have like little, camera boats? I don't know what to call them. Little submersible things that are swimming around in there. Big Ben asked if you started an insurance gig yet.
No, I have not.
That's a big no.
Yep. Where's that lake? I know it's in like Scotland area, but I'm trying to figure, like, is it attached to anywhere near like water?
Loch Ness.
Oh, then again, I don't know what lake it is.
Lake Loch Ness.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Hence the Loch Ness monster. Nessie, if you will.
So its length is about 23 miles, and they say it reaches depths of nearly 800 feet.
Exactly, 800 feet. Right.
says 800 feet. Is that as far as they can only get down there, and they've actually physically touched the bottom of 800 feet, or if the lake is 23 miles, I highly doubt they've gone 23 miles at 800 feet to see if there's anything down there to be seen for a hole.
Right.
Now, how do we also not know that it's like a jellyfish where it has like no bones? It just squeezes like a rodent. Like, you know how rodents have like their bodies, they can squeeze their bodies?
Sure. Yeah.
How do we know this thing doesn't have that property to squeeze to like a small hole?
I suppose it could. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I think that kind of stuff is like, I don't know. I want to believe, you know. I want to believe. Check with we grew up. We had the legend of the Bodmin beast, a Black Panther type creature that would roam the moors, real big in south of the UK.
That's cool.
That's awesome. Yeah.
He must be near. He's probably near Wakanda. I had to. I'm sorry. It was a black. Listen, it was there. I had to go with it. Okay. Never know. Okay, you just never know. I
have to find this video. Don't mind me. I'm still farting around. Because I know you said you wanted to see it. Now I'm like, now I need to find it, and I can't friggin' find it.
Santa Claus. I like Santa Claus. I like the idea of Santa Claus.
It's also fun to believe. It is fun to believe, but I don't know. I think some of it's like, I think there's more to some of it than I don't know. The Bigfoot stuff.
Tim Allen Santa Claus. I mean, it makes it pretty believable. You cannot tell me that does not make it pretty believable.
What is it? Tim Allen?
The Santa Claus movie that Tim Allen was in.
Oh God, yeah.
You cannot tell me they played that perfect of where like it's Santa Claus is believable and not. Like, think about it. Really think about it. He could be real.
I need to find this video. I can't.
My God. I don't know if I know you don't, Brandon, but I don't know if anyone's following March Madness, but my God, is this stuff falling apart?
I haven't been following any of it, no.
All of the top teams are falling.
Oh,
They've all
really?
been beaten by underdogs. Just now, Maryland, number 2, just got taken over by Texas. They just lost. Maryland just lost, number 2. Lost to a number 6.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's just falling apart. It's weird.
We used to have an angel with closed eyes on the top of our tree. On top of our tree, Mother told me the eyes would open on Christmas Eve. Sat there every Christmas for years. The son of a bitch never opened its eyes. I genuinely believed it.
That's like Elf on the Shelf.
I have to do that. I do Elf on the Shelf for my daughter.
Oh yeah, that I can believe.
Fun.
Yeah, see, exactly. This while you're
Texas
looking for that,
games.
I'll just go off on the March Madness. I think the highest seed now, is number 6 left in the bracket. That's the highest seed right now. They're all underdogs that keep blowing apart all the high ends. I think everyone's bracket's like in shambles right now because of how off it is. They also expanded the football season by 1 game.
I don't follow any of it. I don't know why.
I used to, but I mean, it's just it's interesting to see that. Like, you would always be able to pick a team and like know they're going to win all the time. And now it's like you can't even do that anymore.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like to gamble on it and all that kind of stuff. I don't know why. I never got into it. I don't know where this friggin' video is.
Did they? Speaking of which, did they race NASCAR race today in the dirt track or no?
I have literally no idea what happens in the world.
I was just curious if they changed it or not.
No, I have no idea. I don't know. All I did was like paint a wall.
Got rained out.
That's
Okay, I figured it did. I know the truck series got rained out. I know everyone was crying about it. I know all the drivers are complaining and crying about doing a dirt race this year.
Gotcha. From when underdogs win. Oh, gotcha. Oh yeah, the high. Got it. The high bets spreads. Dirt experiment is not the best idea.
Yeah, the first time since 1970, I think they're doing a dirt race.
Huh. I've never been into NASCAR or any of that stuff.
I here when I was younger, not so much now, but I know it's kind of like roots. Like, you know, I mean, they did dirt races back in, you know, the 60s and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's one time going to hurt?
Right.
And the funny part is that a lot, well, no, not with these cars. Well, of course not. But I mean, you got to adapt to it. But like a lot of these racers, these people that drive, the drivers in NASCAR, started on dirt racing. So what are you complaining about?
Right.
Just do it. You've done it before for years. What are you complaining about? Just do it.
They need to get like, I was going to say they need to bring more entertainment to the sport so it can get more money into it and all that kind of stuff, get more people
That's
involved.
What it is, something different.
But
it's more.
How could you change it? That's like saying we need to get more attention into golf. You know what I mean? At no point am I ever going to sit down and watch golf. So there's pretty much nothing they can do unless, you know, they're just like playing naked with, you know, guitars that are on fire and, you know, someone, and then someone battles to the death. I don't know what they need to do to make me watch it, but it's going to be something a lot more than what it is, I'm sure. This is Dover International Speedway. Gets insane in the area.
Oh, I believe it. It's where the Poconos are. We're about what? About an hour from the Poconos? Not even. Pocono International, and that gets a circus for like a week. Even down our way, we're an hour away from it.
I genuinely cannot find this video that I want to find. I have no idea where it is, but I know it's super cool and I really like it, but I just cannot find it. Damn it. It was on TV. Like that's where I saw it. I saw the video on TV, like on one of these shows. And now I'm trying to find the video on my own and I'm having a hard time finding it. Of course I can't find it. Why would I?
Don't make me unfriend you. Golf is awesome.
It's too fast paced. Struggle to keep up.
Oh yeah, you can't find. Have you ever golfed? Have you ever tried golfing?
Me?
Yeah.
Once, maybe.
The biggest circus you'll ever do. No, but the biggest circus, like that is the hardest thing of trying to figure out where your ball went. That is so hard to do.
It wasn't Alpha, it wasn't on Animal Planet. It wasn't Finding Bigfoot. It wasn't one of those shows. It was like a show that like documented like almost like a just shows like videos like is this fact or is it fiction? Is it whatever? It's something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I forget which one it was that I saw it on recently, and I was like, holy shit! Like this is kind of believe this. This is pretty cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Golf is very hard. I agree. I definitely think it's hard. It's it's just something I don't, you know.
I'm awful at it. It's one of those where you take a case of beer and see how drunk you get by 18 holes.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like I guess I don't like really. I need to do more faster. I guess you know what I mean. I don't know.
Right.
Like I feel like I couldn't be like competitive because I'm just too worried about like, all right, this takes way too long in between, you know, doing this. But I'm just going to drink 7 beers and now I can't play anymore. You know what I mean? Like now I'm drunk and now, you know, I can't shoot for shit. You know what I mean?
That's the point. That's the fun part about it because who cares?
Yeah, like I guess that's weird about it. Like that's why I'm not really.
I don't see. I like being the asshole that drives by the golf course because there's a golf course right by my house. Like legitimately, I live right by golf course down here in Wilkes-Barre, and it's hilarious because it's one of those of people. Most of the starting tees are along the fence, so you can just sit there and someone goes by and you just waffle the horn. I am that asshole.
Jesus.
I just did it the other day coming home from work. Some guy was sitting there teeing off in the 6th hole. The 6th hole is about 150, 200 yards, but it's just like a drop. Like you're up top of it's like down here.
Right. I'll look for this. I'm going to look for this at a different time. And then I'm going to try to find out where this damn road is that you're talking about. I need to find this too. I need to find Dark Region Road Ransom.
Yes, you do.
I need to find this. This has been bothering me all night that you've been talking about this. And now I need to know what is going on.
You got to find, I'm telling you, dude. If it hasn't changed, it'll creep you out. If it's changed, it's not going to be as bad. Like I said, I haven't gone up there since. Oh, Jesus. I was 18 ish. Might have even been less. What do you want? What is with.
Why is there another?
Anyone's advice: do not get fur children. They're the most annoying thing in the world. Come here.
What is with this place? Why is this? Why? So what have you showed me here? Now I'm looking, Blue Kid, and as soon as I clicked on here and I saw like the all these things, I didn't go through all my things, but I just saw like a news article, and the news article says 56-year-old woman body was found in a pond on private property off of Upper Narrows Road in Ransom. She went missing back in November. No word of the cause of her death. You
mean
this was 2000?
Hold on.
2014.
Catacombs.
Oh God.
It's even her face is like, I'm sick of your crap.
Why have the catacombs come up? Yeah, I like that stuff too. I just haven't been.
You'll find it. You will find them.
We were talking about like lots of bigger stuff, and then we were talking about like local stuff. And he went to this place locally somewhat, and he has me like intrigued about it.
I can't find pictures of it. Like I was doing like, I couldn't find videos of it. Like the line, like you can't find pictures of the road while being on it. I don't know why.
Yeah, like how does this place have all these deaths on it, all these legends about it? But you can't find pictures of it. You can't Google Earth it. You can't do anything. Why?
No, that's what I mean. So that's why it's mind blowing. It's like, why? Word humor.
The kid saw a woman in a dress on there, on that road.
Yeah. Yep. Creepy.
And it scared him.
I was a little girl that night. I'll tell you right now. That was scary.
He said that houses disappear at nighttime. They're there in the daytime and gone at nighttime. And I want to see. I just want to see.
Do you want to do it this summer?
I want to go do it now.
I'm not doing. Listen, no, I'm not doing it now. Because you got to have a whole day. Because you got to see it early, then you got to go late.
It's not far away though, right? How long does it take to drive there?
Like 30 minutes from my house.
Oh my God! Well, then you could just go see it in the daytime and then go back at night. So you can do it tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying. We have to make a day out of it. You can't just.
Too bad I can't stream it. I wish I could just. I would stream it. I would.
You wouldn't be able to.
I would
not be able to.
I would do off course, of course.
Yep.
More. I would call right in the morning, and I would be able to record it and be like, go there in the day and show everything. Be like, all right, we're here in the day, and we can come back at night for the show and see what happens.
You would lose service. You would not have enough service. You'd have to do it on a video, and then hopefully it didn't corrupt when you recorded it.
I don't understand.
I don't either, but listen, it's creepy. It is creepy. Why? I'm not going to complain.
One of these days, though, I will figure out. Well, I'll find this Sasquatch thing I was talking about. Maybe for next week, I'll do it. And then I can show you is that. What is this thing? Urban exploration resource, ransom hospitals, blah, blah, blah. Dark Regions Road is where satanic rituals took place. What are you talking about?
You gotta watch because there's a dark region road in Kentucky too.
No, this is saying about 2 hours south. I'm about 2 hours south in Philadelphia. Oh, preferably around. No, this is the one that they're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the one they're talking about. Yeah. All right, I have to read all this stuff now. I don't know how I didn't know about this place.
Yes, my cat could be a candy bar. Could be. She's fat enough to look like she ate enough candy bars, but my God.
What the hell is the time? Is it? It's 11:19. Oh God. What do you want to do? Are you streaming tonight? Are you playing anything?
No. I was actually just gonna wander on your side and watch you embarrass yourself some more.
Okay, I gotta I think we're gonna call it for tonight. I still have to stream a little bit. I have to play some Crash Bandicoot. I have to practice a couple levels because tomorrow I want to start the no death run of Crash Bandicoot. But I need to practice a little bit so that way I can just start tomorrow.
17 minutes in.
Want to practice?
17 minutes in, and you will not be no deathing it.
I'm gonna annihilate it. It's fine.
So wait. So hold on. Are we? I gotta clarify this though.
What?
No deathing. Is that without? Like you can die, but you can't like continue, or
no? I can't die. Period.
Oh God, this ain't gonna work.
Why?
17 minutes in. 17 minutes in. I've seen you do Crash Bandicoot.
You've seen someone not play the game before, play it for the first time, and of course you're gonna die the first time you play something. If not, we'll be fine. I just gotta practice a couple levels because I gotta make sure I remember them. That's all. We'll be fine. What's the over? There's no over. The over. It's just 100%. I'm not going to do it in one sitting. Like the chances of me starting it tomorrow and going, okay, here we go. First attempt at no death in Crash Bandicoot. Oh, look at that! I won!
17 minutes.
Hey, I beat the game.
17 minutes, and he already be continued at least
I'm assuming
once.
it's going to take me a few weeks, maybe, to finally do it. But it's not going to take that. Like, it's not going to take months of my life or anything.
17 minutes.
I'm not going to get it on my first try, I'm sure. Dear God. But let me, I'm going to go get all that stuff started because it's annoying to get everything set up and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
I don't think we have a guest for next week. Nobody said anything to me. So at any point in time,
I got nothing either.
If anybody else wants to come on the show or come back on the show, just let us know. We'll set it up. Get that stuff going. Blue Kid, tell me, not tell me.
You better be out to that one.
Tell the world where they can find you and what you do and all that stuff.
So right below, Blue Kid 04. I am here. Sunday, Monday, and Thursday, I shall be here at 9 Eastern time till about 12:01, give or take. I'm going back to Nier probably this week because I got yelled at earlier. So I need to do that, and then we'll see what comes out in April. April has a couple good-looking games coming out, so we'll see what happens.
Very good, very good. And I am, of course, Burning Clock Studios. There's social media stuff that I don't really use. That has my name attached to it. You could probably find it. There's YouTube. YouTube on my YouTube channel. I eventually get around to editing all these videos and putting them up there. So if anybody wants to watch more, of course, or if there's episodes that you missed, they will be on. They're on YouTube. You can see them on YouTube with guests and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, again, let me know if anybody ever wants to come on. Just let me know in advance. We'll make it work. Super, super, super cool. I am going to shut this down. Give me 2 minutes to get everything back up. Give me 5 minutes, actually, to get everything back up and running. I'm going to do some Crash Bandicoot practice. I will be back in 5 minutes. And we'll be back, of course, next week with more, of course.
Yep,
of course,
yep.
No idea what we're going to be talking about, but I guarantee you it will be something. That's for damn sure.
Sure.
Thank you all very much for hanging out.
Who knows?
Thank you for hanging out very much. And I'll be right back. Have a good night, guys. See you later. Say bye. Say bye.
Adios.
Bye.
Adios. Bye.
See you guys later.